And we are...
Not yet, it's just waiting for us.
Yeah, not yet.
Well, I look.
Live now. Oh, okay.
Is it?
Yeah, should we go live in 5?
Oh, baby, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special SDS episode. We are having our first ever live Premier League Roundup.
Yes,
Can we make some noise for that, please? Let's make some noise. I love it. Energy, nice and early.
Yes,
I know
sir.
normally sometimes we bring these a little later, but listen, we got Hasib working overtime this year. We're making sure we go into 2025 setting a new tone, a new energy. SDS ain't slowing down, baby. And it's only right today. We got a live Premier League roundup, and I got a nice table with me as well. I can't lie. I like this.
FDS ain't slowing down too, by the way.
Some lighter colours on this side of my fellow F. Vice Capitan.
How are you, man?
How you feeling?
I feel good.
Today, it's an honor being in this chair for you as well.
Absolutely.
Because sitting opposite you
Bro.
for the first time in SDS history, we have star players in a different chair. Ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know, man. This feels weird. Just looking at it.
I know. Do not look at this as a relegation.
No.
Just look at this as a new angle. People ain't seen this side of your face.
You're right.
Ever. They've only ever seen that side.
This is your better side as well.
It's all about showing.
I think it is.
This is actually your better side.
We're
This is
all
actually
about
your better
showing new
side.
sides of ourselves this year. And
Let's
of
go.
course, fresh off his Saturday social appearance this morning,
Yeah.
showing another side of himself.
Come on,
Our
brother.
boy Abs Busquets
Appreciate
is in
my
the
brothers.
building.
Appreciate my
Listen,
brothers.
a live chat is a part of the episode today, so we can see it all going on here. Sending your super chats. Please like the stream as well. Not even like the video this time. Like the stream.
Like the stream.
Please do. Already we got our first super chat in. Hamza sends a £10 super chat. He says, Faisal, we demand a live rendition of Sorry, I'm Sorry, 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 Sorry to Arne's Penitentiary. Listen, this is what I love. Already setting the tone nice and early.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry. Listen, Liverpool segment. We'll chat to it. We'll chat about him.
We will talk. And listen, this is a Premier League roundup. We've got a lot of games to get into. Of course, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal,
We'd have to talk about
Forest. You know what I mean? A lot of top 4 clubs. I mean, Arsenal, maybe we could push that towards the back end. But United, can't escape that as well either. Manchester City dropping points. So a lot to get into.
You know why I respect you? Because you didn't mention Forest or Spurs.
No, I said Forest. Didn't mention the other club. But you gotta talk about the clubs sitting at the upper echelons. You know what I mean? United down there, it's just normal now. But we move. First game we're going to get into, boys. Liverpool versus Leicester. 3-1, of course. And what a game, in all honesty. A little bit of an up and down game. Liverpool starting blistering for the first 5 minutes, but then Leicester against the run of play on... I was going to say Andre Ayew. It's not.
He looked like
Jordan
Andre.
Ayew.
He looked like Andre because of the
Jordan
shaved
Ayew
head.
shaving his head,
He looked like Andre.
Now in Leicester uniform, absolutely spun Robertson there for the first goal. But then after that, Liverpool
Take control.
took control and really rose to it. Gakpo equalising right before halftime.
Quality finish.
Curtis Jones getting the second right after halftime. And then, of course, the man, Mo
Inevitable,
Salah, Mr. Inevitable,
Mohamed.
scoring
Great finish.
what seemed like a beautiful curler. I'm sure we'll get into the details of it, but talk to me about this game. Did Leicester score almost too early for their own good? Because sometimes in these types of games, when you're the Leicester team going away to a place like Anfield and you score that early, you know it's a backs to the wall job for 85 minutes of the game now. So is it a thing where Leicester scored maybe a little bit too early for their own good?
Nah, you know what? I don't think so. I feel like Leicester during that game, they've had spells where they were playing good football. I was actually more impressed with the way Ruben Nestor is set up than obviously. I know Liverpool's gonna win. It was written, but I was surprised the way they kick ball. Like they had a couple chances where that it's similar. I remember Patson Daka in the second half. Similar situation,
When they went 1-0 up, I think there was a chance where Mavdidi had on the left and he played a pass and it was like a few yards away, and you thought if they scored that, then you're looking at a whole
that's what I was
different game.
thinking. But no, Liverpool
I'll
controlled
be-
that game.
yeah.
I thought Liverpool played well. I thought the certain individuals that played that day, I thought they were superb.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was different because the thing about Arne Slot, which I respect him highly, he's not afraid, and I think his players understand as well. Where not necessarily dropped, but I feel like he's utilising his other players a lot more as well compared to like Klopp, if that makes sense. Because Diaz smashed it against Liverpool and Szoboszlai as well. Szoboszlai is the only one. He came on the second half, if that makes sense.
You were talking about Szoboszlai last game. He's been really the past couple of weeks, and obviously Curtis Jones coming in.
But I think the reason behind Szoboszlai going on the bench is because he's on 4 yellow cards. And one more yellow card he misses West Ham. Pretty much ironically enough, he came on within the first minute, got a yellow card. so I mean, that change wasn't. But Szoboszlai was good last game. Curtis Jones, I think, after the first 45 minutes, I wasn't really that much impressed of him. Yeah. He didn't really provide anything. But listen, they scored a massive goal and great timing towards them.
Was it like 46 minutes? Beginning of the second half.
Build up to both the goals as well.
Was amazing.
I felt was incredible.
Absolutely amazing.
Some of the passing, the way they're just cutting through, almost like hot butter through a knife. But then I felt the second goal almost like just summed up Curtis Jones in a nutshell. Yep. The work rate,
coming in perfect timing,
just come to it, little 1-2 off, picks up the right spaces.
He's got good finishing.
Good finish as well.
You know, go on.
I was going to say, I really like just his difference in profile to the other midfielders they have. But I want to focus on, obviously, we were talking about him earlier. Maybe apologies, I needed it. But Arne Slot, again, has impressed me with in-game management, with opposition analysis and the way that his team is playing. That goal that happens after half-time isn't a fluke.
Nope.
And Curtis Jones spoke about it after the game where he said, and we all noticed it as well, towards the end of that first half, it's like, Liverpool just keep crossing the ball.
Bro, I wanted to speak on that as well.
They just kept crossing the ball, and that was perfect for Leicester. Leicester like, okay, that's not a problem. We're just going to header it out. We have this.
Connor Cody, Vestergaard, bread and butter.
Bread and butter. So then they go into the half-time, and he identifies that as an issue, and they start mixing up the way that they attack in the game. Gakpo gets the goal late on in the first half, and then the beginning of the second half, straight away impact on that game. And that is just opposition analysis. Here is their weakness. We are playing to their strengths. Small tweak. These are top players, and I say it all the time about Arne Slot. Less is more, and that's how his coaching is. Simple tweaks for a top squad, you get results.
I've realised as well about the first half crossing is that Trent, for some reason, his set piece deliveries are not as good as his in-play deliveries. Because there's 3 corners here, he could barely beat the first man in his corners.
But is that due to them, in my opinion, tweaking it? And it sounds mad for me to say, but I genuinely believe it. It's because they used a similar setup to what Arsenal usually do.
I was going to say,
if that makes sense.
There was a couple of set-piece routines where they did the Nikola Jova move, put 4 man at the back.
Van Dijk was not Gabriel in that situation. Yeah. Like I said, he had the 4 man and pointed the ball into the front post.
Do you see that tweet though, where it was Liverpool did that set piece routine against Arsenal in pre-season?
I saw that, but then I saw it as well. I saw that, but then I looked at it and the position, the position of obviously the picture and the clip that you showed, it was a different tweak.
Tweaks.
But I understand that, and I saw it, and I was like, you know what?
Fairs, they might have had this as well.
But you're right. In terms of his deliveries, wasn't that great. But then again, I felt like you said, where they were playing into Leicester's strength, which is put any ball into the box.
And I think what you said there on Arne Slot's kind of tweaks within every game. Even Robertson said it after the game. Every single game, he does small tactical tweaks that kind of change us from game to game. And it's funny because that was kind of what I was thinking of my gaffer. But it's crazy to see Arne Slot, and it hasn't gone unnoticed, and you see the kind of small differences where you think sometimes they're playing in the same system, playing in the same setup, but there's small little changes, whether it's certain players inverted, the method is, let's cross as much as we can in the first half. Second half, it's like, you know what? Let's do our precision play thing. So the fact that they can switch it up and change it up so much. One player I want to touch on in this game.
3 players.
Couple of players.
Let's chat about 3 players.
Let's talk to him. Who's the first one you want to speak on?
I want to chat about someone. Let's start from deep and then go and then slowly, gradually go up.
I like this.
Joe Gomez. I think, honestly, good. Again, it comes down to Slot. He's improved every single person. Konate's been out for now. Joe Gomez stepped in. He's done a very good job.
And you know, with Joe Gomez, though, don't you feel like he tends to do that every year? Because even last year, I remember he filled in at left back, and he was quality. I think that's how he got.
He's done it when, even before Con Bradley kind of broke through, covering out right back when Trent was injured.
Yeah, coming from.
He's done it
left
previous
back.
Years where he's coming back from ACL injuries and Matip's gone out injured. One thing about Joe Gomez, I always feel like he never ever fully gets his flowers or his credit. One, because I don't think he's been season in, season out fit and available. Hasn't played that one position for like 4 or 5 years. And because of that, it's almost like he gets taxed for that. But as you said, every time he has been asked to do a job by this any gaffer, whether it's Klopp, whether it's Slot.
And he's a confidence player.
Minimum 7 out of 10 though is what you get out of him.
But
Minimum.
that's you know how difficult it is coming into like a Liverpool team, for example, like Joe Gomez, where you're genuinely, I don't want to sound disrespectful, but you're genuinely like a plug-in play kind of player. So when someone goes down, he fills in at left back, right back, centre back. And like you said, Fuad, where it's 7 out of 10s constantly. Like, I've not really heard someone go, you know what, Joe Gomez had a very bad game today. It's either a very good level or it's just what they need. Just what they need.
He's ever consistent. And I think this game he was very consistent alongside Van Dijk. The second person is the person who assisted 2 goals, Alexis McAllister.
Yeah, round of applause for that still.
That's going to be the round of applause for this game. I'm going to give it to McAllister, I can't lie.
Yeah.
I said it last pod. We were here, yeah? There's difference between best and important. Best player.
I like that, by the way. Yeah.
Best person. Like, listen, I can relate to my team. Real Madrid, our best midfielder is Jude Bellingham. Our most important midfielder.
It's not Fede.
It's Fede Valverde.
It's Fede Valverde.
I like that.
In terms of Liverpool, the best midfielder this season has been Gravenberch in terms of what he's done.
Agree.
The most important midfielder, the person who makes everything tick. This game, bro, every chance, every attack, passing clinic, bro. 2 goals, the assist for the Curtis Jones was a great cross. Cutback. First time cross, but every attack starting from him.
Because what did he leave with? He left with a goal and 2 assists, right?
Yeah.
Two
assists.
Two assists.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Goal and 2 assists.
No,
he never scored.
He scored a header, no?
No.
That's Tottenham, hold on a minute. Yeah, that's Tottenham. Yeah, you're right. Well, sorry, Fred, man.
My last one not least.
That's harsh.
My last one not least, Cody Gakpo.
I think just on McAllister, though, I do think he is a victim of his own consistency. I say. I think because he's similar, like we were saying, Joe Gomez 7 out of 10. I don't think McAllister drops less than 8 out of 10.
He hasn't.
Every single week, and because Szoboszlai this season, you're kind of seeing a return to form with the off the ball work as well, especially Gravenberch. We've seen the improvements this season. That McAllister's almost just like, oh yeah, that's McAllister. He does what he does type thing. And only in kind of games like this where he's popping up with 2 assists, you're thinking, wow, this guy really does make everything. He is the glue.
He most certainly is. And I think also you have to realize that when Slot recognised that this issue in the team and his midfield doesn't really have an anchor, I understand that Gravenberch got a lot of praise for plugging that gap. But it's also about the work that McAllister does as well, because you can't split a 6 role in just off the ball work. Obviously, Gravenberch does a lot on the ball. But McAllister is so incredibly important for them on the ball as well. He is that metronome. He is that person who's connecting defensive attack. He can pick up the ball almost anywhere on the football pitch and connect play.
Yeah. Final
third is so underrated as well. People don't see that about him. And the off-the-ball work, I know he's no Szoboszlai, but he can get stuck in.
He does his dirty work.
He does his
I
dirty
think
work too.
that was one benefit of being in that Brighton team. Like him and Caicedo, they're used to doing the dog work.
Exactly.
But who's the third player?
Last but not least, it's Mr. Cody Gakpo.
For the first time, I'm going to give 2 players round of applause. Gravy. My brother, Cody Mateus.
Cody, bro, I'm looking at Klopp, yeah. How the hell are you using this guy as a left centre mid, right centre mid, as an 8, as a
number
10,
9,
as a number 9, as a false 9? Slant came in, played him where he wants to be, and look at that finish. That's a confidence.
So Faisal, I was exactly saying the same point. Do we link back to what we were asking about earlier then?
We're going back to Slot again. Once again, we keep... No.
Is there a live rendition on the way?
We keep going back to Slot. And brother, listen, I made my apology.
Your Honor.
On my channel. But however...
Go on.
No, face.
Sorry. For the city of Liverpool. I'm sorry. Nah, I can't lie.
You know,
Bro, you have to give credit where it's due.
Yeah. You know what I clocked about you as well? You don't have a strong enough hate bag, you know that?
What you said? You would have dug deep. You would have dug deep there.
You see me with Eddie Howe. He's full of his life. I'm still there. I'm still waiting. I'm still there.
I got to ask you a question.
No.
What do you prefer? The real haters, or do you prefer the man that can admit when they're wrong?
I appreciate both.
I
appreciate both for different reasons. But for me, the Eddie Howe one is cool.
Yeah.
I feel like that one you can kind of have fun with it.
Maybe
it
there's
will
something
last
there.
the test of time.
You know,
Newcastle will never reach that pinnacle.
Yeah.
With the ones like Slot,
No, he killed himself.
you have to be careful.
No, he killed himself.
You have to be.
Bro,
He could write his entire media career off just with that take.
He killed himself because he gave him a timeline. He said, "Yo, I'm giving you 3 months
For the turn of the year.
and I'm dead. It's
can't
done."
believe
The hate
No,
bag's
it's
already
before
there.
December.
You can hate. My brother, you can hate. That's the level of extent of where the hair should stop.
Yeah.
That's a smart man. That's a smart man.
He put himself in there.
It's because he put himself in there. If he just said, Slot, I don't rate your thing.
Yeah.
I'm hating from the jump.
Yeah.
You'd be good.
You're good.
But you said 3 months. Out the door.
Do you know what he can say? He could say he's doing well, but if he doesn't win the league, I was right. He can say, I was right.
Man, they're saying don't put a timeline on it.
Bro.
They teach you how to really hate it.
I'm good.
No, but you know the one thing as well, obviously going back to the Liverpool thing, and especially Cody Gakpo, and you, as you talk about Jurgen Klopp, we all knew Cody Gakpo was a better player off the left. Whether you've seen it at PSV, you see it at the Euros with the Netherlands, the World Cup, and then like you said with Klopp, he decided to mix up and go, you know what, I'm gonna play him at the 9.
I think it is. I think a part of it is the fact that he's 6'4". He's big and strong.
Yeah.
So you're kind of thinking,
you look at
it's like having a
9.
6'4" fullback.
Yeah.
Only Arsenal will do that, but most teams will think, yo, that's a centre back. Get him down the middle of the pitch. That's a target man. That's probably what he thought with.
And you know, it's like you said though. In terms of that, it's with him. I don't know why with Jurgen Klopp he looked at it as, because you know with certain players they can't play from the left and play up front as well. I know obviously CR7 knows how to do that, but like you've seen with your club, you've seen Rashford play down the middle compared to what he does on the left. I feel like Gakpo's similar to that. But the one thing what I love about Arne Slot, especially with his front line, it's he lets them do what they want to do. Like before he scored, obviously he had another strike or two exactly in that similar position. Yeah. One was just stanches, but he missed it, and another one like where he skied it. But the fact that he's allowed
to go for them shots.
You know, coming from where
and
that's the one thing that I think Liverpool's got the edge over a lot of teams. It's we might do the crossing thing for a bit, but then also if the ball's at the edge of the box,
we've got different methods.
We can shoot. We can play that little pass the way they did to McAllister. It's perfect from Arsenal.
On that attack as well, I know Darwin started last week, but I actually think the best front three is when Diaz is actually playing through the middle.
Absolutely.
I think this season...
But they rotate. So Gakpo and Diaz, they constantly rotate.
Imagine you're a fullback. You had 45 minutes, you're just defending Gakpo, but all of a sudden, you've got Luis Diaz, a whole different kind of
Tasmanian devil.
Crazy what you have to deal with.
It's crazy.
But listen, his adaptability, and when I was saying this earlier on Saturday Social about the importance of coaching and profiling.
Yeah,
it's the easiest thing that you can get right. Put my players in positions that they like to play in and they thrive in. Jurgen Klopp is an incredible manager. He's a fantastic manager, legendary Premier League manager for sure. But this like profiling and not pointing out the issues and solving it within the squad, Arne Slot showing them up a little bit. And to be honest, Liverpool fans were saying it towards the end. They were saying, Klopp, you've done an amazing job for us, but there are certain issues within the squad that is not being utilised perfectly. But
I want to ask you a question about that before. Just quick shout out, of course, to Mohamed. Double digits, goals and assists, 3 times now, and he's not done it. My brother, we're in December. This guy's already got double digits in goals and assists.
Are you all right?
December.
Are you all right?
December. Uno, dos, tres.
What's he on?
Single, quattro, single, whatever it is.
Cinco, quattro.
You're Spanish, bro.
5 months in, and this guy's already double digits. So it's absolutely insane. Yeah. But you mentioned Klopp, you mentioned Slot. I want to ask you another question now. Let me know your perspective on it.
Talk to me.
And it looks very, very possible that we're seeing Slot potentially winning the league now.
Potentially, yeah.
Potentially winning the league.
Correct.
Do you man reckon, and this is an open, general discussion, my brother, I'm not leaning towards any of them. Who do you think is more impressive if Slot wins it this time? Is it Slot winning it now, or what Klopp did?
We have to frame the question carefully, though.
Premier League
is it in terms of what it meant for the legacy of Liverpool? Because that 1920 title was huge for them. It was ridiculously massive for them, and not only did they win it, it's the style in which they won it.
Bro,
they blew everyone out the water.
Bro, they won 26 out of they won the first 26 out of 27 games that season.
It's probably going to be more impressive in that context of like also legacy. The competition of having City at their very best, chasing you down the entire time. Yeah. But then in the context of, I would say in terms of like debut campaigns is kind of where I would look at it. In terms of managers who come into the Premier League and first season won a title, I'm looking at the likes of Jose one. Obviously that 15 goal conceded record. Ancelotti, 09-10 season. Conte, that first season when he came with a back three and pretty much revolutionized the Premier League with that system.
Fantastic.
Those are kind of more where I would put on
conversations that you have.
The Klopp one, I feel like because Klopp built towards that title as well. It's a little bit almost of like an unfair comparison between the two. I think that's up to Liverpool fans. Liverpool fans, let us know which one you would probably enjoy more.
I think you said build, you're right. He built that shit.
Yeah.
Brick by brick. He built that shit. The players he had on his disposal, fam. Look at the team that he had before. Slots come in, Klopp's players.
Yeah, and
Klopp's cool.
Yeah.
The whole cool. The attack, the defense, the goalkeeper, even the goalkeeper, bro.
Yeah.
He built the whole thing.
Yeah.
He financially changed everything. I think the biggest change was Coutinho. Then man offloaded Coutinho. Guess who they brought back? Alisson Van Dijk. Listen, you two come.
Sorted them until today.
Till now, they're still doing an impact.
And what's
Till
Coutinho
now.
doing? Come on, brother.
The one thing,
shout out
obviously,
Coutinho, man.
obviously, the one thing regarding that between the Klopp side and the slot slide,
Yeah.
I feel like obviously when Klopp that year especially, they were blitzing teams out of the water. They were not giving no team a sniff. Whereas with Arne Slot, which is not, there's nothing wrong with it because he's doing very well. He's still winning a lot of games. There's lifelines. Like they're not there for the taking, but you can nick something against them. Obviously, we've seen Leicester scoring first. There's another game where another team scored first again.
Couple of weeks they've
I'm coming from. So whereas obviously that Klopp team, you won't sniff him, and that's because it's his team. But like with Arne Slot, the one thing obviously the biggest credit in my opinion, there was 3 players in that starting 11 where Klopp, Liverpool fans all looked at it going, you know what? I don't really see a future with these guys in the terms of they're not that great. Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, and Cody Gakpo. Those 3, no, Robinson's he's done. But he's done.
That must be gone for 2 years.
he's
I said it, well, Drake takes.
Drake. They take it like Drake. They drink it like Drake.
It's the headlines. Practice. Let's practice this time.
But obviously regarding that, and whereas this season, like you said, those 3 are pivotal for that Liverpool side. And
absolutely.
that's all because of Arne Slot. Whereas, like you said, last season.
Do you know something else? Listen, I'm as a United fan, I'm not even happy that we're talking this glowingly about Liverpool side, but
Hey, it's the facts.
Bro,
It's
everyone used to always think I hate
glazing.
Liverpool. Everyone used to look at me and say, I hate
Welcome to
Liverpool.
the Arne Slot Glazing Foundation.
mental noise.
Yo,
Okay,
oh, face, just slap him on the back.
whoa.
Face, please.
But
please.
what I'll say is that he's not satisfied. Slot
Slot.
talks about it all the time. You guys are talking about how he concedes first. He doesn't like conceding first. He wants control over games. He sees them crossing the ball. Stop crossing the ball, boys. Let's play. We've got a quality to play. Let's play.
Yeah.
Not satisfied. Wants more control. Fantastic.
What
coach.
will make this more impressive in the club? If Arne Slot,
Because what we mentioned, bro.
if
think
Arne
about
Slot's hitting 100,
100 points.
Nah,
Is he even on course to?
I think they can still do 90 plus, by the way.
He might be-
90
I think
plus
they'll
in
go
first
to
season.
90
Still
plus.
do 90
No, that's
plus.
not real. 90 plus is crazy, bro.
Oh, yeah, I think, if he does the 90 plus and
I'd
there's
still-
like
I'd
a
still say no.
significant
Oh,
gap
how about
between
this?
number
Champions
2.
League? What about Champions League? What about Champions League?
90 points in the Champions League season.
Yeah, it's better. It's better.
You trying to rub Klopp from the history books? Hey, chill.
Bro, you have
Jurgen's
to remember,
legacy.
Jurgen walked in the door. By the time he won the league title, it was only Henderson survived
Let's
from that
just
team.
remember though,
Ridiculous, bro.
this
He
was
changed that
meant
team.
to be their Moyes year. This was
Speak
meant
on
to be
the Ange year.
Unai
Una
year.
Emery, yeah.
And you're here talking about
you ran into
Champions League and potentially 90 plus points. That's the job he's done here. Like, just
Such a
take that
good
in,
coach.
honestly.
I can't lie.
Incredible.
If
And,
that
and I
happens,
think what
Faze,
you
I've
said
got a good
there
question for you as well.
Just quickly as well there, I think what you said there is important as well. How he talks, and obviously you've seen it with your manager who talks really well, but Slot's delivering the results as well, and he never seems content after every
His
game.
conviction's
he's
good.
still finding little holes, and now we need
And
to
it's
still
not
improve
gimmicky.
this,
It's not gimmicky.
It's
bro.
not- and it's not Eric Ten Hag
It's not
vibes.
like
Yeah,
he's
he's
not trying.
Come on, bro. It's
He's
not
not
that.
trying to do the thing of like I'm just picking holes for the sake of it. He's actually trying to like show, look, we still haven't hit our full stride. And I think, listen, January's there. Everybody talks about Chelsea loading up, Arsenal loading up, City need loading up. And I'm looking at Liverpool. I'm like, you signed Chiesa for 12 mil in the summer. I'm sure you got some money in the coffer. If I was the board, I would give him another one or two signing.
What would you look at?
Two
It
positions.
don't even
That's
matter.
two. For me, it's 2.
Left back.
I think there's left back.
but most importantly, a cover for Gravenberch. Because over the past
He's playing so many minutes.
over the past month, you can see him. He's doing well. He's consistent.
But
That
he's
brother's
starting to conserve himself a little bit.
Exhausted. Man. You
Yeah.
can see him tired, fam. After half an hour,
Do you think 9 is not an issue while they have the Diaz and Nunes?
the 9 they can.
Jota as well.
Jota
I
the
think
slot is there as
I
well.
think it is not as
It's not a
important.
now. It's not a now.
It's a summer thing.
100%.
But right now, left back and because
I would-
And cover.
It's your-
Every
it's
goal.
your-
I'm with you.
I've
I'm with you
got-
100%.
I've got two
Just the-
questions. Sorry, I've
Go
got
on.
2 questions to you, Faisal, yeah? Obviously, hypothetically, if Liverpool weren't to win the league this year, say for example, if Chelsea, Man City, whoever were to win the league, Arsenal, whatever, is that a failure on Slot's side? Or was it them ones where like you're like, you know what, fair enough? Because you know how you said he's meant to have the Moyes and stuff, but the fact it's like Arteta that year
far ahead
where
of
we was head clear
Ahead
and
of
we
schedule.
bottled it.
Yeah,
Do you
ahead of
think
schedule.
do you think it's a similar situation if Arne Slot doesn't win it now?
in context right now.
Right now.
If he bottles it, it's different.
Okay.
If you ask me that question beginning of the season, no, brother, I had him getting sacked.
No. That's not. Right now, I'm not saying beginning of the season. All right,
if you don't win the league,
yeah.
everything that's given to you, 7 points advantage over Chelsea with a game in hand to make it 10 points. Your players are moving on a mad thing. Mohamed Salah, Ballon d'Or chase. If you're telling me you can't finish the gap, then this is where I'm going to come and say, my brother, I told you about Arsenal. I told you about Arsenal.
I promise you, we will not let that happen on this podcast.
However, I'm going to be real. It is my brother. I can make dua. I can pray 5 times, 6 days, 6 times if somehow. It ain't going to happen. It's very unlikely.
You can ask about the contracts.
Yeah. Do you think that's a big worry as well? Because from
January is coming. They can talk about the clubs.
I mean, Salah has said he doesn't want to talk to anybody. Salah has said he wants to commit. I think the only one they're talking about is
that man behind us.
That man behind you over there, number 66. Apparently, there's rumors.
Can that have effect in their season as well? The Trent
talks.
Yeah, Trent talks.
I mean,
it's already started now, but I'm saying for you.
But I think Arne Slot has done pretty well to keep it quiet. So far, it hasn't affected it. I think every time they've asked him, he's been like, we're not talking about contracts in public. We're leaving that behind closed doors. And I think if and when that story does come out, I think they'll try and do their best as possible. If they've learned anything from Klopp last year, I think that would be it. Is don't announce news too early.
Are we going to see Trent Alexander-Arnold in Los Blancos white? We're going to see.
Brother, they called me crazy.
What else did they call you?
They called me a Doma Muncher.
What else?
They called me go back to Iraq.
What else?
Go back to Baghdad.
They're not wrong.
What else?
Go back to Basra. Go back to every single city in Iraq.
What else?
My brother. It's cool. Sometimes in life, delusion is good. Delusion is good.
You know what this is? This is one of those few moments here.
That's like Heath Ledger moment, man.
Was delusional very early on.
And
some way, somehow, the
he
delusion
basically made
happened.
The transfer rumor.
No, he didn't. Shut up, Abs.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't interrupt him.
I'm sorry.
Speak your shit. Speak your shit.
Shut the hell up.
No, cool. If you could show me somewhere a big enough platform that
You
said
are not-
before El
Do you
Face,
hear what they're saying?
brother?
Do you hear what he's
I'm
saying?
giving my brother his flowers.
He's saying Trent Alexander is out home watching SCS podcast.
No. I'm saying.
Depending on this
Come on, brother. Give me my respect.
Give me his flowers.
Come on. Wait, okay. Tell me any rumour before you even started. There's no rumours.
Bro, it wasn't even a rumour.
I made my own rumour.
You make me sick.
He
bro.
just saw that Carver Howard is doing brilliantly, but he might be towards the end. He said, "Who's the best right back in the world? Fuck, let's go for him."
It started from an obsession.
No, it
became
started
a reality.
Sorry for it, man. This guy. I hate this guy.
You are
Hey,
brilliant. You wind up.
Listen, before we wrap up that Liverpool game, let me just go through a couple stats quickly. I think you touched on it as well. Mohamed Salah is the first Premier League player to score an assist in 10 plus consecutive games 3 times. Freak. That's not the only stat, by the way. He's been involved in 27 Premier League goals this season.
Insane.
16 goals, 11 assists. The most ever by a player from the start of the season until the end of December in Premier League history.
What's he on?
Mohamed Salah has also been involved in 11 Premier League goals in December 2024, 6 goals and 5 assists. Only Luis Suarez has more in December 2013 when he scored 10 goals and 4 assists.
Oh, he was automatic. Yeah, he's an alien.
There was definitely Norwich. He definitely bought Norwich.
He
definitely bought Norwich.
home and away. It
And
doesn't
then
matter.
final Salah stat. Mohamed Salah has become the 8th player to score 100 home league goals in the Premier League. 98 at Anfield, 2 at Stamford Bridge.
Oh, yeah.
These guys, man, they're lacking ball knowledge, man.
We're not in the mastermind bag, man. Just leave it there.
Guys are rusty. We'll move on anyway. Next game, Chelsea versus Fulham, the West London Classico.
Guess what? Faisal, what kind of band is it? What kind of bands are they? What kind of bands?
I can't lie, man.
Faisal,
what kind of bands are
By the
they?
way, I don't like this, yeah?
You normally.
I don't like how my man...
You don't watch the podcast.
How my man came, huh?
You don't watch the podcast. I said, what kind of bands are they?
What band?
Fulham, what kind of bands? Band of what?
Band of what?
Come on, man.
Wow.
Ding 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 ding. Band of misfits.
Got no idea.
Good on, bro. Good on.
He mocked you. Oh, Fred, you know he mocked you.
No.
He was giggling. He went.
He don't know what he don't know. He's close. You're lost. Go on, continue.
Anyway, Chelsea 1, Fulham 2.
Fulham.
And it was an interesting one. Cole Palmer starting the party very early. Good finish as well. Edge of the box.
I loved
nice
it.
Little curler.
Great pass from Cole.
The fact that he saw the goalkeeper off his line as well, I thought pretty impressive. But this was an interesting game because I don't think Fulham had beaten Chelsea at Stamford Bridge in Premier League history.
Yeah. No, the last Premier. I saw it. The last Premier was 1970.
The last goal they scored at Stamford Bridge.
Don't tell me it was Kevin McBride era.
You're right. 2000 and maybe a little bit after 2011 Boxing Day. Clint Dempsey was the last man to score.
I did say USA, man.
Chelsea, you're usually our Chelsea representative. You've been flying the flag this season, keeping the blue flag flying high, as they say. Talk to me. How did you see this game?
I can't lie. First half was good. A good bounce back after what happened against Everton. The players were on it. Cucurella coming in made a big change. Of course, that left-hand side, it puts Gusto, my brother, I don't need you to attack no more. I've got Cucurella in possession now. Drop deep a little bit. Trust me, we'll talk. Hey.
Man.
We'll talk about accordingly. Wallahi. 3 or 4 man. Cole Palmer scored a beautiful goal. Wallahi, don't call me crazy.
Don't say Real Madrid 2027.
No, Hazard versus West Ham. You're my boy. You're actually my boy. You just get
it gave me that first touch.
Hazard versus West Ham. Do you remember that one?
It gave me a little cheeky little vibe, especially that first touch.
I don't glaze Hazard like you, bro.
You don't remember that goal?
Yeah.
Continue.
How can you not remember when he went through?
Say the Hazard segment, bro. Cole Palmer. Continue talking.
Great. I can't lie. Great goal. A beautiful goal.
Sensational
Beautiful goal. Nice, beautiful finish. That curler.
He passed it.
Amazing. Second half is my problem now. Second half, you all know Marcus Silva's going to come in, change things. Momentum changed. You could see it from the first 55 minute. There was a chance early on, they didn't take it.
I think the back end of the first half as well.
Exactly, but it proper change into, it became Fulham's, they had the ball at all costs from the 65 minute. Why would, this is the first my problem. That's 3 issues I've got with Enzo Maresca. This defeat, again, I'm not saying Enzo Maresca shit. I'm just saying this is the first time I'm looking at Enzo Maresca. Everton as well, to be fair. But this is the first time I'm saying my brother. Hamano, Achi. You should have done something here, fam. What's Hamano?
Amico mio. Amico.
Amico mio.
You malfunctioned it.
So is that Italian?
Amico mio.
Look at me. Listen, taking Nico Jackson off, who was one of the biggest reasons in terms of pressing that back line. Bassi, my brother, if he gets the ball, press him. You're bringing on someone who doesn't want to be there in Nkunku. It's back-to-back game now. Nkunku's coming on. My brother, against tired legs.
He looks physically shot.
Against tired legs.
He looks like the tired legs.
How you act like you played in 90 minutes?
Come on.
And he came on in 60 minutes.
Are you annoyed as well that he only made 1 substitution in this game? Because that was the only change he made.
That's the first one.
Get to it.
But then remember as well, he didn't have Gabriel Vega and Noni Madueke on the bench as well. It wasn't injury related.
It wasn't injury related. It's the second change now. That is my biggest frustration. Jadon Sancho, back-to-back games.
Should have been first one off.
Everton and now Fulham.
Yeah.
Nothing performances.
No performances.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chelsea.
It's not even like his bad performance. It's just performance with nothing.
What's nothing?
It's just nothing.
Thank you, Chelsea, for 25 million.
You give me nothing. Why is it you've got someone on the bench, Joao Felix, a difference maker? My brother, you're waiting to the 60, 65 minute. Bring Mark Gui on, who's been scoring goals against
Conference League.
He would match Jackson's intensity. Minimum, he'd match Jackson's intensity.
He can press the back line because Nkunku's not doing that. And what pisses me off, he comes out in the press conferences and says, "Yo, I don't see Nkunku as a striker. I see him as a winger. You bring him on for Nico Jackson as a striker." Okay,
do you think Jackson was having a good game though?
Nico Jackson, in terms of build-up, he was calm. The first touches was there, but at least what he was doing is off the ball in terms of pressing the back line.
Yeah.
You take him off. You're taking the presser off. You're bringing someone who's not running and chasing the ball.
That's the issue.
So
the laziness.
So for you, it would have probably
it's the person
been
who the
Mark Gui is coming on. Mark Gui should come on.
Jackson and then
and maybe
Felix
Nkunku
for Sancho.
Joao Felix needs to come on sooner. Back-to-back game, 0 minutes, bro.
But then doesn't that go to Cole Palmer and Enzo Maresca, because you can tell, especially with Enzo Maresca, he's afraid to take off Cole Palmer when he's ineffective.
Why should he?
because I don't think like you can have spurts in games where you look quality. Like the first half, Faisal, as you watch the game, Cole Palmer had 3 chances to basically dead the game. First 20 minutes, Cole Palmer could have deaded the game.
One side foot.
He could have dead the game off. But you know, when you don't bring nothing to the second half, after which I think it wasn't just Cole Palmer, it was the whole attack front.
He created the offside goal for Levi Cole that he could have stayed on side for. Most of the crosses and I think everything that was positive happening for Chelsea was coming from Cole Palmer's feet.
Bro, do you know what?
It wasn't a great second half. But I think it would be irrational to take off Cole Palmer in that situation.
For me, you know what is with managers and situations like that, I feel like it has to be because, as Faisal was alluding to with João Felix, the first thing Maresca said was, I can't take off Cole Palmer because that's the only place João Felix will play. He never thought of playing João Felix on the left.
No, he's spoken about playing João Felix and Palmer at the same time.
But he doesn't. But he's afraid.
He's done it before. João Felix played on the left, and he did it when Sanchez was injured.
But there you go. There's reasoning behind it. Regarding that, as you said with Nico Jackson coming off, you've brought in a shadow presser in Nkunku. You already have Jadon Sancho, that was a shadow presser. You have Cole Palmer, who's a shadow presser. It's only Pedro Neto, he was working his socks off down that right-hand side. Trust me. His mileage was crazy. And you're only relying on him to press that Fulham back line. Because there were times, as you've seen, especially with Fulham, Anthony Robinson, he's basically a winger. They had moments where Calvin Bassey where he had that crazy run.
Yeah.
We called it back. There was better moments when that was happening, bro.
That's the problem now. You mentioned Neto working his
He's crazy.
Speak about
Why is he working his socks off?
Because of Malu Gusto.
Because the right back is not doing his job in terms of my brother. I don't need you in the final third. I've got Marco Corella now coming in for the final third. My brother, do what you do best. Stay back and make sure that right back hands. But Iwobi had him on smoke the whole 9 minutes. And Robinson.
Yeah.
Why are you letting Neto do your job for you? Why is a right winger doing a job of the right back?
I think we've seen.
Because in my opinion, are you talking about the second goal they conceded?
No. Just
Bravo, wait. Because I'm seeing a lot of this Neto prop that's happening right now, and I'm thinking, hold on, what's going on? This is a guy who's 15 games this season so far. He's got 1 goal
against who?
2 assists. I don't even know.
It was against us.
Was it against you? Yeah. But for me, that game, I'm sorry, defensive duties is par for the course nowadays for wingers, if I'm not mistaken. Tracking your runners, and especially when you're up against Anthony Robinson and Iwobi. You're not going to leave both of them to run at gusto at every opportunity. So of course you're meant to do your defensive duties. And when you do them, you're meant to do them properly. I'm sorry. We're not going to skip over the fact that this guy, for the second goal, got touched briefly and then decided to start rolling 17 times. Are you going to deny that? Are we going to deny that?
Can I ask you a question?
What was that?
Can I ask you a question?
What was that?
Can I ask you a question?
Answer my question first.
My brother.
What was that?
I'll ask you a question with a question. Listen.
Which question are we answering first?
Bro, Pedro Neto, I'm sorry, that was criminal
what do you
for
expect?
that second goal.
What do you expect? Hold on.
Holding your face and rolling around 10 times while they on the attack.
It's pathetic.
It's pathetic.
Bro, that was like the 94th minute. Can we talk about 93 and before, Faisal?
Exactly when it matters.
Faisal, 93 and before?
Listen, let me ask now you man a question. A winger, what do you expect his heat map and average position to be at home playing against Fulham?
That top right. You know that top right? I want it to be red.
He has to
What
be
do you
high
want?
on the pitch.
You know what his average position was? Go check it right now. My brother, next to Malagusa chilling. It reminded me like Jude Bellingham against Barcelona, fam. Covering the right back. Jude did...
What I'd say is this. It's just my thoughts on Chelsea in general. Enzo Maresca obviously has taken a stand with these players where it's like, if you don't perform in training, you're not part of the squad.
Okay.
Noni Madueke would have been a good player. I
had to pull up the heat map because this guy made me pull up the heat map. I'm sorry. He was playing as a right winger.
No.
Yes, you're meant to do your duties.
That's the first half. That's the second
You're
half.
tracking back. I'm
That's
sorry.
the second half, my brother.
He was playing as a winger. So don't give me this. Look at his heat map. I pulled up his heat map. He was playing as a winger.
Yeah,
He was
his
playing
heat
as
map
a
is
shit
somewhere
winger.
in the halfway line.
And do you know what I'm saying?
Halfway line, fam.
The whole reason why as well,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. No, I have to slap you there, because you have been screaming at Madueke all season long saying,
I was gonna get
he
onto
needs
that.
to do more, he needs to do this, he needs to do that.
Yeah.
Pedro Neto gets his chance, doesn't do anything in attack, and then defensively he's a flake, basically.
Okay,
and the
brother.
second goal's
Not for the whole game.
because of him.
Not for the whole game.
Brother, you're moving angry. Let me.
Calm him down. Calm him down.
Making sure you're consistent.
I've got someone who wants to give you props. A super chat from Sano Salah doing.
Hey,
And
big
he
up
said,
my brother.
Big up Fuad every time. Host with the most.
My
I said
guy.
host with the.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I was doing that little slap because the super chat from Diego just come in. He said, "Fuad, slap Faisal if you're really live."
There you go. There you go.
I just had to look. We're live. You see?
Okay, but
I
yeah.
just had to let him know. See, you know.
So-
Bro, I swear to you, I love a fresh fade. I can't lie.
But Enzo, listen, like I was saying, Enzo
Sorry.
Maresca, no, it's fine. But Enzo Maresca obviously has taken this stand with Noni, and that has meant that obviously he wasn't part of the squad. That has obviously hurt him because he hasn't been able to make tweaks and changes in the game. Like Faisal was alluding to, Malo Gusto has been tried now in that right 10 role, providing help to Noni Madueke, and was lost at sea.
Yeah.
Then he was asked to be the right of a back three. He's lost at sea.
Yeah.
They need to find a solution for the right back. Even if it's Caicedo playing there, even if they have to find something where they either invert Caicedo or maybe put Cucurella in the back of a back three. But it's just not working with Malo Gusto in two different roles that they've tried him.
Because he's not offering you. He's like we all know
That's
this.
just an analysis of Gusto. That's just an analysis of Gusto.
He's not
I get it.
offering.
I think he's maybe just going for a rough season this year. This year he doesn't look the same.
Because
as
he's not been asked to do a traditional fullback role.
Yeah.
It's a bit different now.
Yeah,
So he's got to adapt to that. So that's fair. I do agree.
And I think there's a little bit of adapting that for him because the past 18 months or so, bro, I was like, this guy's revolutionary. Essentially, whenever Reece James is out,
He can do right back and left
I'm
back,
not ready to almost like scrap him and put
No.
No.
Even if it's maybe for the short term.
Yeah.
But no one's saying scrap him. It's more of with Malo Gusto, especially yesterday. It's you don't offer anything going forward, whether it's a dummy run, whether it's underlap or overlap. So as Faisal said, fair enough. If you're not giving Pedro Neto or whatever any help going forward, at least shore up that right hand side.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Because there was times, as Faisal was saying, there was a lot of the battles with Malo Gusto. It wasn't based on an overlap.
Yeah.
It was literally just one-on-one Anthony Robertson against Malo Gusto,
And in
Alex
Burton as well.
Iwobi against Malo Gusto. Do you know where I'm coming from?
And that's what Salah said.
And that's what annoys me about him is he's a good player. He's a young player. He's good. Last year, obviously, it's hard to come into a league. This year, you can tell he's not being an out and out fullback the way what he's used to being. He's more of, like you said, he's playing inverted, which I guess what Enzo Maresca wanted, which is not his playing style.
And that's what Salah said in the super chat. Disappointing from Chelsea. Enzo Maresca should be better if we want to sniff the win in the league, which we'll talk about.
I was going to say, yeah.
But he mentioned the last point. He said Gusto shouldn't be inverting full stop.
Yeah,
I agree.
He can't play with the ball. at his feet.
These are the types of games that basically, I feel like almost let you know that Chelsea aren't ready for that title race, and I guess this is what Maresca's been kind of warning us over. And Chelsea fans,
Cole Palmer as well.
they've all been saying, "Hey,
And
look."
Noni and all of the
I think
interviews,
everybody outside of Chelsea has been trying to say, "Hey, you're in a race."
pressure a little
and
bit.
the past week or two, I feel like this has just
Generally,
kind of been a reminder of why they're off. But I feel like it would be criminal not to give
Disservice,
Fulham
That's what I'm
their
thinking
credit
now.
as well.
Because Fulham are not a pushover,
first
bro.
ever win at Stamford Bridge, first goal scored since 2011, as we mentioned earlier. I think what you said on Marco Silva as well earlier on with the tactical tweaks that he did in the second half.
Yeah.
I think the freedom that he gave Castagne and Robertson, absolutely flying up and down.
Yeah.
I thought Lukic was brilliant throughout
Unreal.
that game
Yeah,
as
he's
well.
so good.
I think
And
just
then-
their midfield as a whole was very good.
Yeah, very,
Very good.
Without my
I
boy
think
Sander Berge, who's
the
injured.
changes,
Yeah.
the substitutions with
Made a-
Harry Wilson once again
Made a big impact.
making
Clutch
a
guy, man.
difference.
He's the guy
Scored-
that they
I think he's
call
got
on.
3 goals this season,
Yeah.
all 3.
Yeah,
off
because
the
I
bench.
thought-
All
I
3
thought-
key goals.
I
as well.
thought them starting Adama Traore, I was like, you know what? I like it because it pins Cucurella back. But it wasn't the case at all.
And do you know what's crazy? There was one point where I saw Calvin Bassey driving with the
Bro,
ball, and
easy.
I thought it was Adama Traore. Bro, he glided past like
Yeah, the
4
commentator
5
did as
man.
well.
I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
hold on. But that run, I can't lie to you, I almost felt like kick-started their confidence throughout the game and like, oh, we can actually get at
You know what that
Chelsea a
reminded
little
me of
bit,
as
so-
well? It reminded me of Van der Ven against United.
Yeah.
Great
Where he
shot,
just
actually.
picked it up and just said, like you said, where
said
and
we-
then
we got some end product
But
at the
the
end of that.
thing is, with Van der Ven, like you said, he's got his head screwed. He played it across goal. Whereas
Bassey got nosebleeds.
It was a good strike, but yeah.
Credit to Muniz as well. Hasn't
Came
been
on,
a
yeah.
regular, obviously.
That's
Jimenez.
by the way, great finish. Because I
Unreal.
thought it was going to take it first time. But by the way, let's speak of the goal.
Thank you very much.
No.
I'm waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
Let's speak
Let's
of the
speak of
goal
the goal.
itself. Yeah, it first started with a set piece for Chelsea. Enzo Fernandez tried to switch side. Yeah, it got deflected. Went back to Robin Sanchez. My brother in Islam. All 3 of you guys.
Okay, come
Oh,
on.
I thought I was going to say he's gal.
Yeah,
He's-
I didn't know.
No.
We had some news for us.
my brother's-
Levi! I'm a Muslim now.
Cole, that's
God.
Cole was dropping deep to maybe give him options. Malo Gusto, I saw him drop deep as well to give him.
Forget about that. Tosin is right next to him. Tosin's right there.
3 options. Why the hell would you boot it?
And if you're gonna boot it, you've been a keeper before, Faisal. I just got around to people. You're a keeper. That was your position.
Everything.
Yeah, no, you're a keeper. In
tell
your
me that.
situation there, brother, when you're clearing the ball, why are you gonna put it towards the center of the pitch, where the players are? Can we put it in a channel? Can we put it down the line, at least behind the defensive line?
That's the only place
There
you should
go.
put it. It's
the
down
only
the line.
place. Down the line.
Anytime you put it in
channel
between,
somewhere.
anytime you put it across goal, is the worst feeling.
But what pissed me off? Okay, he did a mistake.
Yeah.
Now the players around you, cool. Castagna got the ball. How are you telling me Castagna has got room to drive with it, find a pass, and no one
Was that
willing
Wilson that
to
passed
press-
it, or was it
No,
Castagna?
it was Castagna to Lukic, and then Lukic, my brother, 94th minute, Fulham was attacking 4 players. Chelsea had 1 person at the back.
But that's where I'm saying you got to give credit to Marcus Silva.
Yeah.
The
And
fact
I
that he
also
was
think-
still committing bodies that late into the game.
because
You could see there was something to be taken.
You knew what his game plan was going
And
to
I'm
be.
sorry, Tosin, you got to hold that one as well, my brother, because in
But
the
I can't
summer,
really
I
put
know
that much
you lot
blame.
saw. I don't know if you lot saw the
You can't
TikTok
beat
of
them,
Fulham,
join them.
Yeah.
where he said, if you can't beat them, join them. And then hold on, back post, who's sleeping? Tosin, Harry Wilson, 2-1. Hold that one.
But
in your
does
own
that? But that's
ground.
that step. Is that from Tosin, or is it from
I
genuinely
think it's
Robert
a
Sanchez?
miscommunication in the build-up.
me, the main-
Tosin sleeps and Harry Wilson actually makes a dart and run when the ball actually gets played across, and he just stays there. So the ball comes back to him. Luckily, Tosin should be able to read that, and that's kind of his zone. Is how I look at it.
Because when I saw the goal, obviously there's a lot of man to blame, but for me, it starts off with obviously Sanchez's kick, and then having Kukurea be that high up when there was no cover. Like you said, as soon as Robert Sanchez had the ball, there was options of tossing, and obviously you had Colwell next to you. So the 2 centre backs are basically touch tight with each other. So that whole right hand side, like you said, is so empty. Yeah. Now you're playing a diag
Goodness
that
gracious.
didn't work out, and then it was genuinely
And
3-on-1.
And Sanchez is such a confusing brother, fam. Well, that's confusing. Sometimes I see him doing a good save. Fairs.
Yeah.
Another time on the ball. Well, it makes
You
me
can't
shake.
rely on him.
but
You can't
that-
rely- My thing is this: another angle I know a lot of people talk about with that goal being conceded is you look at all of them trying to run back and they look
Tired, bro.
exhausted.
And I
So
don't-
again, I think it turns back to Enzo Maresca
In-game
and his squad
management, man.
selection with. I need to freshen this up.
Hey,
it works. It works right
He's playing
into.
2 different sides in Conference League and Premier League, so I'm not trying to hear this.
No, but I'm saying even within a game, it doesn't mean that players can't be tired
Yeah.
by high intensity of a game. I'm just saying that if you look at how Marco Silva set up that game, it works in his hands perfectly.
Yeah.
I want to just be let me be in and around the result
Yeah.
towards the end of the game, and that's why as you mentioned
think,
previously,
yeah. And they
I
have
can commit
chances,
bodies towards
Definitely
the end.
needs to utilize the subs a little
And
bit better. But
the
just
one-
to
Yeah,
read
go.
off a couple stats, just to kind of wrap up this game. Chelsea have lost a Premier League game they were leading as late as the 82nd minute for the first time since October 1999.
Huh?
That's
Wait. Say that again?
Chelsea have lost a game
were leading.
after leading as late as the 82nd minute for the first time since 1999. So
Faisal Sancho could have put the game to bed.
some interesting Cole Palmer stats as well. Cole Palmer has been involved in 52 goals in his first 50 Premier League starts.
He's amazing.
34 goals, 18 assists. Only Erling Haaland and Andy Cole have been involved in more.
Big up Andy Cole,
Big
man.
up Iwobi as well. Iwobi's game by the numbers. Most passes in the final third, most duels won,
He was
most
unreal.
successful take-ons, most
He was
chances
unreal.
created, most fouls won. He has been revolutionary this
Yeah.
year. I think over the past 2-3 years, he's been one of those steady eddies that's just been getting better. Now he's at that 28.
Yeah.
He's captain or one of the captains at the club,
Yeah.
but you really feel like he's become a man in this Fulham team. Fulham have won a Premier League game against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge for the first time ever, and then Cole Palmer has been directly involved in more Premier League goals in 2024 than Erling Haaland. With 39, Erling Haaland having 38. Crazy.
I rate it.
Crazy.
Also making the game look beautiful. Yeah.
I want to say lastly, obviously regarding the Marcus Silva.
Unlike the other one.
Yeah.
that was not
regarding Marcus Silva, the one thing, like you said, when we talk about the lack of in-game management from
in this case,
Enzo,
for Enzo,
Enzo,
yeah. Usually he's good at that.
with Marcus Silva, the one thing I definitely loved about him is he targeted and doubled up on the right hand side the second half.
Yes.
With his tweaks,
Yes.
he targeted and doubled up on the right hand
Yes,
side
yes,
where
yes,
a lot of the attack was coming from.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give massive credit to them lots.
Big flowers to Marco Silva.
Yeah.
Fairs.
band of
We'll
misfits.
move on to the next game, and we will move to Nottingham Forest versus Tottenham.
Can we skip this game or?
I mean, I'm happy
Is
to.
it- is-
I'd actually like to talk about it. Actually. Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, cheers.
I mean, there's Arsenal, Ipswich we can get.
No.
Man United.
brother.
Again, Faisal. No, Faisal. No, one more. Yes, good boy.
brother. It's charging up. This guy's up, all right.
I hate Levy! Oh, man.
And watch.
Forest 1, Tottenham 0.
Throughout the floor is yours, brother.
Brothers.
I don't know. It's always first floor. You know that. I clocked.
It always is. You know what? No. And I did this do you know what I did last time? Last time I opened the floor up to everybody.
What did everyone say?
What questions do you lot have that you lot want to hear from the game?
Okay.
So if you guys have any questions, because I could easily go off on a 5-minute tangent of what I saw, and you guys will just sit here being like, "Oh, we've heard this for the past 7 weeks. It's the same thing."
Yeah.
You know, passive.
Just slap on that other episode.
Horror. Yeah, just play last week's clip.
Yeah, let's do it
Run
again.
it back.
Okay, I want to start with.
I can give you a brief summary.
Okay, I want to start with a quick question. Why the decline of Destiny Udogie?
Udogie.
You know, it's a doogie. You don't listen to doogie. You don't.
Doo-doo.
Doo-doo.
The style of doo-doo.
We are children. We are kids.
We need to, because you are the same.
I like that one.
Yeah.
You are, that is mad.
Yeah.
You are the same Haywan who said, Destiny is a temporary right back. No, left back. Let's start again.
Yeah.
Try to invest early.
Slap for slap, I promise you. This is what we're doing now.
From now on.
Listen, the issue with Destiny, firstly, he's just come back from injury. That was his first game back. Secondly, him and Porro have been making a lot of mistakes this season, both individually, tactically, but I don't know why man started laughing. I was almost saying something crazy there, but but no, they've been making mistakes because they've been getting overplayed, bro. There's literally no cover for both him. Spence has literally only just come in the past 2 weeks after being free. It's
my third day out here.
Is that third day out here, bro?
No, literally, it was his third game out there.
Yeah.
And I almost feel bad for them because they're getting so overused that they're not getting any rest. They're playing Europa League, they're playing midweek, they're playing again on the weekend.
And then it's Christmas fixtures as well, which is crazy.
It's tough. And listen, that goal, I can't lie to you, he simply got burnt. And for me, as much as I would love to cook Destiny there, you realize...
Speed demon!
Wait. You realize we had the ball. We are in possession. We are entering Forest's third.
Speak.
We should not be conceding a goal from that position.
Situation.
And that was the issue throughout that whole first half was it is so easy to counterattack Spurs. You can take the ball off Spurs in any area of the pitch. Yeah. They can look like they are the most in control team. 70% possession. This many touches in your box. They will lose the ball once. 2 passes and you're through on goal.
Facts.
2 passes and you're herring down 4 on 2.
Speak.
How much time did Morgan Gibbs-White get? He was driving 10 yards, 20 yards.
No
he
press.
said, hold on, what?
No press.
And then you're giving Anthony Elanga, who
arguably
last week
one of
came
the
out and
fastest.
he said, I am the fastest.
Yeah.
I dare anybody to say they're faster than me. 1v Udogie. And Udogie's quick, don't get twisted. Yeah. But he ain't that quick.
He's
and
worse.
coming back off an injury, you ain't keeping up with that.
Rapid.
So it was almost like barbecue chicken right there on a rotisserie. You're getting spun. Then the rest of the game,
Good finish, by the way, Anthony. Good finish.
crazy finish. But the rest of the game, then it's like we barely created anything. I think Brennan Johnson had maybe 2-3 chances, and you're thinking you're playing against your former side, hometown club. They're booing you because even Spence and Johnson, funnily enough, both Nottingham Forest boys, both on the right side, both had chances, not taking them. And then you're kind of just thinking, you know what? This is going to be one of those days, isn't it? Because with Spurs, you either get swashbuckling, attacking.
So here we are. Fuad bingo.
Swashbuckling. Yeah.
You either get the 4 goals, 3 goals, or you get the passive, we're struggling to break down a low block, and we're going to be basically a sieve. You can come in as much as you like. Pause. That was crazy.
That's mad. We move on. That's crazy.
But, listen, that for me is a performance that I've seen so many times this season. Go for it.
Just fighting the urge to take gang pull up. I'm going to back your edges. But honestly, it's not the typical Ange in, Ange out question. I think that's just... It's too basic. It's too simple. At what point... Okay, I want to talk about his communication in the media because that's something that he's actually been praised for in his first season, for example, how honest that he was and how candid he was. Again, he might have shot himself a little bit in the foot with the trophy talk early this season. Yeah, that's the one. Mate.
Yeah, well, you know,
mate.
I'm not even going to make any eye contact, mate. I'm just going to look on the ground and hopefully everybody will see what I'm thinking and how frustrated I am with the result. And we're going to win trophies, mate. Yeah.
It's crazy. And so my question is him speaking out constantly about saying this is not my. I've lost Edema to Sinabik to my keeper. You can't ask me to do anything more.
Listen,
how does drag us in? How does what's the other bro? Archie Gray. Spence. Spence, you're talking about as cover. Spence only just got brought into the squad now. Is that mismanagement of Spence?
For me, I've always said we didn't sign enough depth in the summer, and at some point you're going to get exposed. We saw this last season. Let's not act like we didn't have Romero and Van der Ven out injured. Let's not act like we didn't have Udogie out injured. You knew these issues could happen.
Davies and Royale at times.
100%.
Goodness gracious.
The issue is the fact that you're trying to use those injuries now as an excuse to, all right, we have those 3 players missing. We can lose every game, guys. We can concede goals because guess what? My goalkeeper's missing. My centre backs are missing. How about you adapt? How about you change your structure? How about you realize Dragusin cannot be a part of functional football build-up? So why don't I just sit him as a man-marking defender?
I've got an agenda.
Why don't I drop the defence 5 yards deeper? Because even if you saw the game against Liverpool, we were 5-1 down.
Yeah.
Why did I see my defence on the halfway line? What are we doing here? Because there comes a point when it's ideology, philosophy.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
But there has to come a point when you need to be smart. And that's the one thing. What did we talk about earlier with Arne Slot?
Tweaking.
Every single game, I tweak a little something. Because guess what? I can have my ideology, but my opposition is different every week.
And they have an ideology themselves.
I can have my ideology, but my players might not be up for it this week. So I need to adapt to those things. There might be certain key clashes that you see. Okay, you know what? I notice this week, Ryan Yates, he loves to dive into tackles. So you know what? We're gonna drive at him.
Yeah.
Certain small tweaks. I just feel like it's almost, I don't even want to call it lazy coaching, but it's lazy coaching to say, here's my philosophy, here's my ideology. I'm never gonna tweak it. I'm never gonna change it, and it's the same thing every week.
Yeah.
So are you not learning? Are you not growing?
Absolutely not.
Are you not developing? He
doesn't watch tapes.
Are you not watching tapes? Are you not seeing things where you're seeing certain patterns and thinking, my fullbacks, every time they attack, they both go at the same time.
And they both
do they
invert,
need
I
to do
can't
that?
Understand that.
Do I maybe just sit the fullbacks for the last 5 minutes of the first half because I've seen almost at the end of every first half we concede. Let's just sit back. Those are the issues I'm having now. And I've always said, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So I'm all for supporting this gaffer. As long as you're showing me something and this team is progressing. The minute I see there's no tactical progression, your ideology means nothing to me now.
How much more do you need to see for it?
If I start seeing now we're getting eliminated out of the Carabao, because I'm telling you now, the cups is what's clinging, is what is holding on to his job. And I know there's a lot of pressure on his job.
Yeah.
But as long as he's in the Carabao, Europa, and FA Cup,
but
do your thing, buddy.
At the same
do
time,
your thing.
At the same time,
the day those eliminations come, that's the sword you're gonna die by, brother.
But at the same time, you're not dissatisfied with Spurs fans that are saying this. I'm not up to this point, and they're saying my
I
patience is
understand
gone.
both sides. I am just
Fair
not
enough.
of the mindset of
I'm
sacking a
with
manager
you, I'm with you.
and then hoping there's someone
Somebody's
out
gonna
there.
change out,
Brother, we are Tottenham Hotspurs. We ain't that sexy, bro. We ain't got funds like that.
No,
we ain't getting no big time gaffer to come. And guess what? We've done that merry-go-round. We did that with Jose. We did that with Conte. You wanted to do this project. Let's build our own guy from the ground up again.
Commit to the project.
You got it. Now you got to commit to it.
100%.
But that means in January you back him. That means, Ange, I need to see some tactical evolution from you, brother. I can't be seeing gung-ho football 90 minutes. Listen, it's exciting. But I am sick and tired of being the exciting team for the neutrals. I'm sick of you, man. Hey, man, Spurs games are fun to watch. Allow it, bro.
I've been there.
Give me boring 1-0s.
I've been there.
Nah, I'm there.
I want to be boring Arsenal. I want to be 1-0 set piece FC. I don't want 4-5 goals every game. I'm sick of this shit.
It means 3 points.
Hide for help. Hide some help, brother. But
hold tight the 3-point collection.
But yeah, man.
When's the last time you were a 3-point collector? Like?
Bro, it's been a minute still. It's been a minute. I
the
can't
last
lie.
time
I haven't seen him hold anything tight in a minute.
He's been holding tight. He's been holding tight recently.
I've been holding tight. I mean, the last time technically was United 4-3. But that was Carabao Cup.
Come on, man. What's about 3 points?
5-0 Southampton, I think, before that.
Oh yeah, can we play every week? Can we play Southampton every week?
Okay. Russell Martin's gone, to be fair. I don't know.
Not too sorry anymore.
That was an easy gimme. But listen, Forest, I think we have to give them some credit as well. They are now third in the table. And the worst thing, well, no, to be fair, Chelsea are still third. They are fourth in the table.
Still amazing.
But Nuno Espirito Santo, obviously former manager. I feel
That's
like
another reunion.
this was almost like a redemption for him. Coming back, I don't know what he said. What did he say?
I said that's another reunion.
Oh, yeah. But in terms of like, bro, he got kicked out of Spurs, obviously, after 2 months.
Yeah.
Harshly.
Yeah.
In the middle of what was supposed to be a rebuild. Went to Saudi, had to rebuild his name. Came back took over 17th place Forest. Now he's got them
Fantastic
4th
job.
place. And it's almost, I feel like they're almost like a mini Chelsea as well, where for 2 years you saw them signing every Tom, Dick and Harry under the sun. And you were like, what is this project? These men are just doing free-for-all. But like Chelsea, it's now starting to click. Now you're looking at it, you're like, yo, Ryan Yates is solid. Yeah, Morgan Gibbs-White is nice. And then you're looking at Elanga, you're looking at Cho, you're looking at Elliot Anderson. And I can't lie, Faisal, I want to shake your hand. Because there's going to be one guy I'll talk about right here. And I know you've been speaking about him over the past couple of weeks. Nikola Milenkovic. Yeah.
Come on, man.
And Murillo.
Yeah.
Don't you dare shake his hand about Murillo.
No. Those
don't
two.
You dare shake
No. Milenkovic, I'll give him his
Murillo,
flowers.
I was saying this on the pod way before. Murillo was way before. I saw him early. I saw him eyes early. No, I give him Milenkovic. Murillo, I was early last year. His first year early that I saw him.
It's a good centre-back partnership. It's a good centre-back partnership.
Very good, yeah.
Two yin and yang.
Yeah.
They played like real men. Yesterday, I did not see my 65 million striker. He played like a lighty. They made him feel small. That brother 6'5". He looked 5'5" yesterday.
What, like Ilias?
Bro, he looked smaller than Ilias.
Ilias
Ilias could put him in his pocket.
God damn.
I'm telling you, what I saw Milenkovic and Murillo doing was abuse. And it was from the top, from the bottom, from the right, from the left. They said, wherever you go, we are here, brother. I had to give an applause, bro. I said, wow. Those are some grown men centre-backs.
So you did kind of enjoy the game in that aspect. Because you're a centre-back by trade. Because you're a centre-back by trade.
The annoying thing, I can't lie to you. I was so frustrated at Solanke where I was like, brother, impose your... But then I was looking at those two, I was like,
God, it's
I
tough.
hear it. I hear it. Some centre-backs, you just say, you know what?
They're one of the best partnerships in the league.
Bro, that is a bully partnership.
Even at back four and Cells.
If you saw either one of
Cells as
them,
well.
if you saw either one of them in a UFC middleweight fight, you would not bat an eyelid.
100%.
You would not bat an eyelid.
Look at it. Cells as well in a light heavyweight.
Bro,
Cells in a light heavyweight. There's a chance for
Miocic part 2.
Miocic part 2. But yeah, I think they've been a brilliant defensive unit.
Very good, yeah.
But and I think before Milenkovic there was an issue with Nottingham Forest with the goals they were conceding from set pieces. He's come in and said, brother,
I'm putting my head to everything.
Yes, sir.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna deal with that now.
He's done that and it's been fantastic and it's been they've been sensational.
Fair
Big
play
flowers
to
to
Forest.
Nottingham Forest.
100%.
Couple of stats from the game. Forest have already won more Premier League games this season than they did the whole previous 2 campaigns.
You know what?
Crazy.
I feel that's a round of applause.
You know what?
They deserve that.
And I think the flowers for this segment, it goes to one person only.
Go for it.
You former manager.
Nuno Espirito Santo.
Some people used to say
Because that is insane.
And like you, he's a former keeper.
He is.
True. No, he is.
He is.
And
Like you, he's got no hair.
Show me your hair! Show me! The real SDS guys, the real SDS guys.
Another fun stat. Tottenham
bastard.
have
See you
lost
later.
on Boxing Day. Tottenham have lost on Boxing Day for the first time since 2003. Good. When they lost 2-0 to Portsmouth, ending a 16-game unbeaten streak. I mean, I see funnily their arseholes. They go like, oh, you was there alive. Oh, you was probably 40 then. Oh. Not funny, guys. It's not funny. Forest have won 4 Premier League... What? Forest have won 4 Premier League wins in a row. Wow. For the first time since 1995. Fair play, man. Nuno was on a bit of a run, man. Fair play to him, man. These are the kind of redemption arcs we love to see in the Premier League. So let's move on anyway to the other side of North London.
Wait, before you do, the best managers in the league so far this season, of course, Slot, Anthony. Where do you think he ranks?
Third.
Second or third?
Third, in my opinion.
Who's second?
I think I have to give Maresca second.
Maresca
I
second.
have to give Maresca second because Maresca's they're doing the same thing, but
There's a lot of managers that can go into that.
Like it's kind of I look at those 2 jobs like they're the same. They took over clubs with a lot of turnovers, a lot of confusion hanging over them, but they've both steadied the ship and come with clear direction. And I just feel like because Maresca's also doing it in Europe as well, and then it's like it's just above.
So you think?
No, that's the confirmed top 2. Slot and Maresca. That's
That's the 2.
That's
That's
top
but you think? Hold on.
I think
you
Nuno
think,
and then Anthony.
You think Nuno's done a better job than Anthony?
I think it's
Yes.
it's close, but I think
Nuno's
I would
better.
say so.
Yeah, 1,000%.
I would say so.
Yeah,
Just because of the results.
they're 4th.
The results against the biggest sides, so
the
I think
relegation scrappers, bro.
Anthony's done very well in terms of he's lost his biggest goal scorer. In
That's my
Solanke,
point.
19 goals, and you brought in Evan Nilsson, you
Look
brought
at the
in
talent
NSU now.
level that Nuno has, bro. Cho, Elanga, Elliot Anderson.
But these are all-
How much did the talent?
You know what?
Elliot
45 million.
Anderson, who had 11 starts last year, was a
45 million.
Newcastle squad player.
45 million.
That's
And
a
it's also
PSR.
35 million.
Starting this
He just
season
added
as
on
well.
10 million
PSR.
there.
Bro, until
That's
Danilo,
PSR.
hey,
That's
until
PSR.
Danilo
That's
got
not
injured, he wasn't
thingy.
starting this
That's
year.
PSR. That's not because
Milinkovic, they signed Milinkovic. Look who Anthony. He's lost his striker.
Yo, by the way, Milinkovic, nobody wanted to sign him for about 2-3 years.
But then Faisal.
Dino Easton, who wasn't starting all season until Senesi got injured.
Face. But regarding, obviously, you saying that they lost Dom Solanke and he was obviously integral to how Bournemouth moved. I feel like Danilo was like that for Forest as well in their midfield.
Danilo
And
was important for them.
he was done in pre-season, bro.
And then Elliot
They had
Anderson.
to they had to revamp their whole midfield.
So you would say Anthony third?
Less budget, more tactical, flexible, looks better. Well, it looks better.
As in,
Wait, what you say looks better?
the
Do you mean
football or the
tactical
man?
individual or facially?
Both.
Hey, am I tweaking? Face, am I not tweaking? Didn't they sign Evan Nilsson for like 45?
Yes, they did. They paid top dollar, bro. They paid top dollar. They paid top dollar, bro.
Brother.
Nah,
No,
Faisal.
wait.
You know when he doesn't get it?
No.
Just breathe.
No.
Yeah, you're good.
Solanke is sold for 65. Of course, they will sign. They will buy him. They will replace
But
him.
you making them sound like they
Elliot
signed
Anderson is 42 million.
and guess on where did their goalkeeper go? Their backup goalkeeper, whatever his Vladomikis, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He went Newcastle for like 30, bro.
My brother, if we went band to band in terms of how much they've both spent,
Band to band. Yeah, no one said that. Band for band. But go
band
on.
for band,
You
same
go.
shit.
No, you're right. It's bad to bad.
But same shit.
It's bad to bad.
Brother, I'm just saying, Anthony.
You know when you talk about Elliot Anderson, Alanga, that's another band of misfits. They're all.
No, they are. But they're a big overhaul squad. But I mean, listen, if you want to give him an award, Kirikocho, here sends a super chat, says, if the season ended today, you could give him the Haiwando. So he's made your own award
The
there. I like that.
Haiwando, the Haiwando.
You know what? I can't lie to you. That's a video idea he's giving you right there.
The
At the end
Haiwando.
of the season, the Haiwando right there.
That's
It
right
goes
there.
to
I need
one person only, man.
The top 10 Haiwans.
who's-
I need a grading system.
Face.
But brother, what's your name? Let me see.
Kikucharo.
Face.
I want
Yeah.
tier list.
Oh,
I want
Face,
tier list.
what's the betting odds on who's so far winning?
Haiwan of the year. Who's leading?
Krikocho, my brother, I'm gonna shout you soon. Great idea, my brother. Great idea. My brother, that is one
was my
person
idea, by the
leading right now.
Who's leading?
Well, I'm saying. He's from France. That's all I'm saying. He's from France.
No, not Lottin.
Osama bin Laden!
Listen, keeping it Premier League. Let's move on to the next game,
That
shall
is
we?
one of the best. That is one of the best
Agenda names.
I've seen.
Hey, and it reminds me of I said before we move on from Spurs. There is an agenda name that I've got with Dragosin. I see your Spurs fan tweet. What's his first name?
Radu.
Radu drag us into trouble.
What?
Shout out Sosa. Shout out Sosa. Radu drag us
Everybody
into
just started
trouble.
laughing. I didn't get that.
His name's Dragosin. Drag us into trouble, brother. That's what he does to you guys. He drags you into trouble, brother. Shout out Sosa, man.
I like that one.
That's a brilliant agenda.
Shark would have enjoyed that.
He would have loved that one. He would have loved that. Yeah, you know that. I'm gonna clip that and send it to him. I'm gonna clip that and send it to him.
Great one.
More mature around here, mate. Grow up.
Right?
Arsenal 1, Ipswich Town
Nah.
0. Kai Havertz scoring the first goal, obviously proving decisive. Gunners dominating, unable to extend the lead, but Mikel Arteta now second in the table. First game without Bukayo Saka, star boy. Tell me. Star
you call
boy,
him star boy, star player. Hey,
United,
Whatever,
come on,
wallahi,
man.
bro.
You might not have to do
First
this
game
thing, man.
without Saka though,
Yeah,
how does it feel? How does it look?
Do you know what it is, yeah? Well, it's me being honest. I spoke with Shaib. I spoke to Shaib, obviously, after the game.
Who's
that?
For the audience,
He works within us at SDS. He's integral to what
The
SDS
little
do.
runner that we sent shot.
No. No, don't violate my boy. Don't violate my boy.
I love you, my boy.
Don't violate my
Ladies,
boy.
go follow him up at SH.
Let me get a drink. Let me get a drink.
He's calling. What do you want for the shot?
Hey.
Yeah!
Doritos, he's been chili, boy.
Hey, Doritos, yeah?
Yeah, lovely.
Hey, well, yeah, let's go. Right. Let's go, yeah.
But wallahi, regarding the Arsenal Ipswich game, if I could watch it on Sky Sports app, like, you know that 2-minute clip where they show the game? Wallah, I wish I did that. Because that was god awful. Wallah, like, I got robbed. I got offered a ticket. Eli told me, just don't go. Wallah, he said to me, he told me, he said, yo, it's not even worth you going. I said, you know what? Wallah, you're right.
Stop. You said, wallah, you're right.
I went straight.
He told me.
Yeah,
said, wallah, you're right.
bro,
You had a
I just sat there. I said, you know what? It's not even worth it. But going back to the game, it was such a meaty game. It didn't even. Bukayo Saka, obviously, he's integral to what we do and everything. We need to have boys, please, because you guys are all you're not Arsenal fans. You watch Arsenal. Can we have a conversation? I want you to tell me, please. I've got questions as an Arsenal. You know how you said about Spurs? I have questions as an Arsenal fan.
Okay,
man. What's your view in a 90-minute scale of Martin Odegaard?
Oh, wait. We are not going to answer that question because you started for a reason. You started. What's your view on Martin Odegaard?
What is your view? Because
Brother.
the view I thought Arsenal fans had was a few weeks ago.
He's better than Camavinga. He's better than Valverde.
Our
He's better than
saviour
Jude
has
Bellingham.
returned. Oh my God, we're playing free-flowing football again.
Top 3 midfielder in the world.
Oh my God, guys, he is number 1, not even top 3.
But guys, Real Madrid made a mistake selling him.
Oh my God, stupid Perez.
You two are brilliant.
So now we have a natural dip, what I would call. And a lot of people buy the dip. Some people dip their Doritos in the dip. But Arsenal fans all of a sudden now want to abandon the dip.
No. There's different. It's not Arsenal fans. It's just
Now
me.
they're saying, oh dear God.
No, it's me. Regarding,
I the Lagarde. Oh my God.
Don't shake it. Going back to obviously Martin Odegaard, I opened the floor to you guys and you dashed me into the floor.
Yeah, absolutely.
No. I want you. No. Stand on business.
Stand on it.
You know me. I always stand on business. Last season when he was on that dip, and I called him Kim Kallstrom, and everyone laughed at me.
Do you remember that? I remember that. Well, I said that.
And when was you doing well?
What?
You said
Brother.
Norwegian Kim Kallstrom. Do you know how bad Kim Kallstrom was?
I
think Kim Kallstrom had like 1 good year at Rennes, and he lived off that.
Bro, he's like Leon, whatever it is, isn't it? But
Okay, what's your thoughts?
bro, especially for me, it's you're our captain. You're arguably our best player. Obviously, with Bukayo Saka out. You're the man that leads that attack. Like you're the creative genius of this club. You're the heartbeat. Everything works through you. There was no fault in the midfield because he's played with that midfield a lot of times. Obviously, his attack front is completely different.
Yeah.
But when Bukayo Saka was playing for Arsenal, when Odegaard went down, we saw the growth. The boys stepped up. Carried job, delivered. His back was aching. With Martin Odegaard, what really annoys me about him, it takes him 70 minutes, 75 minutes to clock what to do. Like, he did barely, and he couldn't do much.
So no urgency.
He didn't know how to break down Ipswich low block. You're meant to be a creative genius. So what annoyed me was it took him from the 68. I'm precise, pinpoint it. From 68 to 78 is when he noticed and went, you know what? In order to kind of beat Ipswich, drive with the ball, pick up and run with it. He did that twice in the space of like 6 minutes, and he clocked it when, you know what? Maybe this is the way to do it. But for me, we're playing Ipswich. We was 1-0 up. We're playing Ipswich. And you figured out how to break their low block at 78 minutes. What happens when you play a top side? Will they play that kind of football? Everton, he got hooked off. Today, I don't know how he lasted that long. Obviously, yes, his attack line is bad. You had Jesus, I felt bad for because he had no service at all. Couldn't do much. Martinelli wasn't great. He had a good spell the first 25 minutes. Trossard, besides the assist, didn't really offer much down the left-hand side. For me, it was such a tame, boring game. We had 4 left-backs on our bench. I thought, you know what? Maybe bring on Ethan. Change it up a bit. Bro, there was no urgency. The second half, I thought was going to turn it up. We scored, made it 1-0. Ipswich not necessarily took control, but they had a lot more of the ball. They were actually moving with the ball. They wasn't doing nothing with it, I can't lie, because our defense, credit to Mikel Arteta, is ridiculous. They're coming from. We shut the door on anyone kind of thing. So Ipswich couldn't do much with it. But I hate the fact that sometimes, especially at home, not away from home, especially at home, we let teams play their kind of brand of football for 15 minutes, which I'm not a fan of. Obviously, you can't get that every week where you dominate and control the game every week, week in, week out at home. But especially against Ipswich when, as you saw during the week, Chelsea lost to Fulham. Man City drew. Obviously, Liverpool beat Leicester 3-1. But Ipswich at home, that's that kind of game where you're looking at it going,
momentum.
It needs to be
Statement.
It's a goal difference kind of game.
Give me a statement.
Give me a 3-0 win. Give me a 4-1, whatever it is. The fact that it felt a lot. I know you man didn't watch the game. It felt a lot like
we did. We all watched it.
No, not that game. It felt a lot like the Shakhtar game, where it was tame. We didn't get the crowd involved. There was no reason for the crowd to get involved. There was no sense of urgency. Like, okay, cool, we might have scored one. We need to nick something. We need to get another one to just feel safe, just feel good. So regarding that, I'm not pinning the whole blame on Martin Odegaard, but for me, he's got a major part to play because the biggest thing is he wears that armband. He's our designated captain. He's a captain. Reason. Yo, okay, cool. You might have a different front three, but I saw you string play against Palace. He did his job against Palace. He did very well against Palace. When Bukayo went down, he stepped up. The other players stepped up with him, kind of thing. But games like Ipswich, where we've got, if I'm correct, if you can see the fixtures, I feel like we've got a tough running coming up. I feel like we've got Brentford away, we've got Brighton away, and then we've got Man United at home, and we've got Newcastle at home.
Newcastle at home, United at home, then Spurs at home, then Villa at home. Damn.
They're coming from, bro. We've got tough fixtures, and we're out without Bukayo Saka. So now in my head, I'm like, you know what? 5-1 against Palace was nice. We beat Ipswich. Obviously, I'm so happy when we win games, but it's the manner of how we win games. It's not even the boring Arsenal. Obviously, we had a fair amount of chances where we could have put the game to bed with Gabriel missed a sitter. What do you call it? Kai Havertz had a chance. I think someone else, I forgot who. Declan Rice had a quality, lovely strike, and also I think
cutbacks. There was one an area to keep. I think someone.
What do you call it? Martin Odegaard, he dribbled with it twice. I think. So there's moments where obviously we could have killed the game and we did it, but I think Arteta, it's time for him to address it in January because you've got Raheem Sterling that's out for a couple of weeks. We got the news yesterday. Bukayo Saka had surgery, so he's gone for like 10 weeks. So now it's kind of do or die kind of moment in the sense of, are we looking to chase Liverpool for that title, or are we just sitting here?
I
don't know why, man. I'm smiling.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Can I just say,
what? Nah.
For that, honestly, you know how you're sitting here now.
Yeah.
You know what it's. Look at it as Gravenberch playing as a 10 last season to Gravenberch playing as a 6 this season. Because that might have been the most honest discussion I've heard from an Arsenal fan. Wallahi, well done, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
I like this, man. Because if there's a Sharky,
bro.
Ilyas, I was at the stadium. I was at the stadium. With my
But I was chatting to 4 babes, and I was distracted.
Renedy, I didn't watch the game.
I was playing football.
Rennedy's right.
On the bench. But you.
That's Hassan. What do you have?
You had a packet.
But you,
bro. But go to the Arsenal game. Please let me know.
Okay, but listen. I think, like, obviously we're gonna talk about how it's without Bukayo Saka.
Yeah,
they are gonna be different. I know you brought up Odegaard. I think in games without Saka, the Ipswich kind of game is going to be the more difficult one compared to the other big games because those other teams are going to be coming out and playing, and there will be space to utilize. I still think it's a huge issue having Saka out in your attack, and your attack looks nothing like it. And a genius and a metronome in the final third is only as good as the players that are in front of him.
That's a bingo card as well. Metronome for him.
Very true. That is,
I got your back for it, man.
Continue.
But the person who's ticking the play in the final third is only as good as the front line in front of them.
Yeah.
Arteta spoke in the interview that you were alluding to about because he's always been like, no, we're not going to do any business in January. This Bukayo news is coming in. He's changed his tone and saying, I'm not sure. But there's good news that Raheem Sterling's on the way back. brother. These big games now, you will see more space for Odegaard to utilize. But it's still, if he has a front three of Havertz, Trossard, Martinelli, or a Sterling, I don't see any confidence in that attack. I don't have any confidence in that attack. Do you?
No, I don't. But the thing is as well, I didn't understand. Obviously, this is the
He
first
signed 2 of those 3, by the way.
Yeah, he did.
He signed 2 of those 3.
And
Has he signed a good attacker yet?
Huh?
Has he signed a good attacker
No.
yet?
He hasn't, and that's been the
That's
biggest
the-
issue, and that's what everybody was complaining about.
Arguably, his best attackers. If you count Martin Odegaard as an attacker, but I'll count him as a midfielder more than an
he's a
attacker. If
midfielder,
they'll come from.
Yeah.
Think about how
It's homegrown.
Yeah.
It is literally. Obviously, Martinelli's had a very dip in form for about 2 years, but Kai Saka, both of them from the academy.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, we're talking about this game as if Arsenal lost it, but it was a 1-0 win.
Had to get the job done. Yeah,
one of the players I actually do want to touch on this game, and he's been featuring a lot more prominently over
I
the
already
past
know who you're
couple of
talking
weeks. 18-year-old Miles Lewis Skelly, or as some people would call him, MLS. 11th game of the season this year. I felt like he might have been the best player for Arsenal this game from that left back position.
Him or Rice for me.
As you said, you've almost got 4 left backs on the bench as well. Is he almost starting to make that position his own?
I
Do
feel
you
like
want to
it.
see him maybe move to midfield? Because I feel like that's where his natural position was.
No, he does play midfield for like the under 21s, even England under 18s,
and even like when he gets the ball, he does move comfortably with it.
I feel like Arteta's making him into a fullback. I feel like I saw a tweet that said, he's like a young Timber. As mad as it sounds, that was the comparison they were making. I was like, you know what? I kind of see it.
I like it.
Where do you see him in his best position?
Left back.
Left back.
The one thing I like about him, he doesn't shy away from challenges. Sometimes when a midfielder's almost forced to go into defense, they're always a bit like, I don't really want to do this. I kind of want to do more the technical, get on the ball and that. But he does not shy away. It's similar like Archie, who we have, young. They just want to be out there. They just want to be playing regularly, and it almost that kind of sense of home pride, if you like. You kind of get that through, and you see it. He doesn't shirk from any challenges, doesn't hide as well from the ball, which I think at a young age, coming into a new team, and especially when a team is going through like a little bit of a lull, sometimes players like that can, I believe, be spark plugs. Do you know what I mean? It's like when you get a youngster from the academy who all of a sudden is setting the tone in terms of the pressing, the running, on the ball. I'm not hiding, I'm not shirking from nothing. Yeah. I think that says a lot about his personality. And I know all the hype coming in this season was all about Ethan Nwaneri, but he has just comfortably come in over the past couple of weeks and he's been like, you know what? I'm ready for this first team.
Yeah, thanks.
For me, it's composure. It's that everything you mentioned is completely spot on as well. But it's just that he sometimes even has extra weight of touches, almost to bait a player in.
Yeah.
And then shields it almost immediately. And is so strong and so secure, so press resistant. And that's so important for Arsenal's build-up play, because we look at someone like Calafiori. I know he's been struggling with injuries himself. How much of a Swiss Army knife, that's what I say all the time about in build-up play. You can play in so many different roles in build-up play. You can hold the touchline. You can come inside. You can be further up the pitch. And there's a pass that Rice did into him. One of the passes from Rice I really liked. It was where he had the ball and he actually he took a heavy touch a little bit. Yeah. Got there, secured the ball. He's playing with men. Yeah. But he's playing like a man. Yeah. That's fantastic at his age.
Obviously, I know Zinchenko's pretty much out of the picture, and I imagine Arteta will try and offload him at some point. Calafiori has come in over the summer. Yeah. Does he get that place back straight away? Because if Lewis Skelly keeps impressing the way he's playing, does it become like a rotational thing? Obviously, Calafiori is a big money signing. Yeah. And I feel like when he has played, to be fair to him, he's
very good. I can't lie.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it's more of Calafiori's spot to lose than Miles Lewis Skelly's spot to lose, if that makes sense. Yeah. I feel like obviously he's come in. He's like you said, he's still young, so Arteta does trust him a lot. We can see that definitely. But the amount of injuries, obviously, that Calafiori's picked up within the last 2 months, I feel like he's genuinely easing his way in. And obviously also the confidence for starting Miles Lewis Skelly has grown with Arteta.
Yeah, and having a monster like Gabriel behind you as well.
But for me, you know what it is with him, yeah? It's the technical security and the composure of
ball progression.
I would love to see one day Nwaneri and Skelly both in centre mid. That's with a Rice, a party.
No. It has to be Rice. It has to be Rice.
Yeah.
But for me, just those two, give them the freedom.
I know
you're Carabao, you got Newcastle. If you put on a schooling in that first leg, Second leg just get...
Well, you know what I would love to see it? I'd love to see
45
it.
minutes.
You know what I'd love to see it? Man United at home, FA Cup.
Kobe Mainu! Come outside!
His chain will get popped still.
Ooh.
Come get your chain back, bro.
Let me ask you.
Kobe versus Ethan and Skelly. Hey!
No, but you know, should I tell you the worst thing regarding this? I feel sorry for this guy, wallahi, because I know he's such a big, huge Kobe fan. But he's going to see a real midfielder with Miles Lewis Skelly there. That's the saddest thing.
I'm just taking
They
notes.
say everyone's a real midfielder.
Until a real midfielder comes in.
the room.
Let me ask you.
How'd that work out for Ilyas of Gravenberch?
Don't let it get uncomfortable.
Go ahead. I'm
Don't
just
let it get uncomfortable.
You know, but with Faisal, it's Drake takes. With Ilyas, I don't know what it is. So,
What's the opposite? What's the opposite?
I don't know what it is.
Ja Rule takes.
Let me ask you.
Anybody with me? Y'all with me? Anybody? No? Okay.
all right.
Of course, we've seen the reports of Cunha.
Yeah, tomorrow. Wallahi, tomorrow.
Let me ask you.
Tomorrow.
You just said earlier the reports of Cunha potentially leaving
Mateus
Wolves. You have, of course, just said Arteta hasn't really improved anyone going forward. Do you reckon Cunha will be the perfect puzzle in that little attack?
You know the one thing that he offers that are
Perfect puzzle's brilliant. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just had to get that.
Think of the puzzle piece.
Pick the perfect piece to the puzzle.
Let him cook, bro. No. Answer the question.
that's one of my favorite sayings. But
That's brilliant.
Puzzle. Okay.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will put my hands up on that one. Okay.
you don't have to, bro. Wallahi, you don't have to. You're a good man. But
I said I put my hands up.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So much.
But the one thing that I would love to have Mateus Cunha. I can't lie, I don't think he's a trusted kind of star. He's not a stopgap signing. The one thing he offers.
Where do you play him?
The one thing I think I'll play him left wing. Especially, obviously, whenever we get to your game, we can elaborate a lot more. The one thing he,
He says, "Shut the hell up
no,
and let me
I
finish."
didn't say that.
All right, stop interrupting me.
You should. Bro, regarding Cunha, the one thing he offers Arteta that Arteta loves is that he's versatile. He can play the left centre mid. He can play the left wing. He can play up top. So that's the one thing Arteta loves.
Yeah.
But with him, that offers completely different to any other teammates. When he picks up the ball, he can drive with it. He'll go into pockets of spaces. He'll dribble past a couple man just to open it up, especially against Ipswich, a team where we needed that kind of player. He's the kind of person that would unlock it. He reminds you a lot of Jesus with a better end product.
But what did you play?
I play left wing. I genuinely would.
I just asked that. You told me to shut up.
Sometimes,
Nah, I genuinely-
sometimes you have to wait for the right moment.
For me, it's
That's what I sit here and you sit here.
Guys,
Wait, Vinny.
you might have to bang your ass.
I can't lie. I'm
Hey,
smashing his
listen.
head.
Let's move on anyway.
smashing-
Listen.
Smashing his fucking head in is what I'm doing.
Come ask the question.
What?
Oh, it's my question. Listen. Cunha. Bakayoko.
This guy's sick.
Semenyo. Who would you rather take?
Cunha. Me being honest, Cunha, yeah.
Johan Bakayoko.
Yeah.
From PSV.
Yeah.
Right wing. Okay.
No, I'll take Cunha.
Well, listen.
I'm just
To
saying. I'm saying he mentioned. What did you say? What were the three players you said?
Semenyo,
Semenyo,
Bakayoko, and
Which Bakayoko?
Nico Williams,
No, Cunha.
No.
and Cunha.
Which Bakayoko do you think I'm
Why
talking
did
about?
Bakayoko?
The centre mid, the Chelsea one.
Two left wingers. And you said a right winger. That's what confused me.
What?
Oh, man.
Get a load of this guy, huh?
You said Cunha, Semenyo, and Bakayoko.
Because those are
They're
the
all
three.
wingers.
Those are the
And
three
he was talking
players
about
that
the attack in
Arsenal
general.
are linked with.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that 1-0 result leaves Arsenal second place in the table now. Actually got the best defensive record. No side has kept more clean sheets, 7, or conceded fewer goals in the Premier League this season than Arsenal, 16 at the moment. And the Gunners have kept 4 shutouts at home in a row. And, of course, in the whole of 2024, nobody has actually kept more clean sheets than Arsenal as well. So, fair play on the defensive end, doing very well. But I think on the attacking end, that's where obviously your frustrations are. You guys could still do a little bit more work. But coming on to the last game, guys. And guys, I can see you lot in the chat as well. A lot of you asking, is this live? Is this pre-recorded? Look, It's live. It's live.
Wallahi,
I'll never do to you.
my boy.
Yo, there's gonna be a compilation put together.
Wallahi.
Someone put it together, bro.
Put your head down.
Yes.
And let me.
That sounds crazy.
You said slap for slap.
That
Go on.
sounded
You slapped for no
crazy.
reason.
You know he
Go on.
did.
You know
You
what?
said
Go
after.
on.
face
While I
is
read
right,
this
back to
super
back.
chat, go on.
Yellow.
So, Captain Cook said, I'm going to be the first Venezuelan on SDS. Just wait. Aside from that big up, SDS, I've been watching since Stars and Sharks in the bedroom. No pause.
No
So,
pause?
yeah.
Yeah, Harry, he's right.
Big love
Fast
for the
forward.
whole
We don't
crew.
pause.
Y'all the goats. Shout out
Appreciate
Triple
it, man.
F.
Oh, shout who?
Do it!
Shout who?
Shout. Triple F.
Fuck
yeah,
you,
yeah.
Faisal!
Let's go.
Sorry, man. I don't want to swear on live,
Yeah,
but hey, man. Look, we're live anyway, guys. We hope you appreciate this new aspect we're bringing you to SDS. Listen, we're going to be bringing you a lot more content. Go and check out Fu and Liban show. Episode 4 has just dropped as well, if I'm not mistaken.
And also, shout out, of course, look for our second channel, SDS Extra, where
Indeed.
we always
Yes.
post different type of content. Of course, the link will be in the description, Hasib. There right now? Okay.
It will be there right now, actually. So if you guys go on, check that. There will
Also
be some extra content, extra debates, things that might not make the podcast, essentially, but we might do some extra stuff behind the scenes.
It's two completely different content.
Yeah, so it'll be fresh stuff. But listen, 2025, we're going to be hitting you from every angle like you've never been hit before.
Facts.
In a content aspect.
Okay. Great. Great.
Had to add that in, you know.
I'm kind of disappointed.
Listen,
That
we
one.
appreciate you guys' support all throughout 2024 anyway. Let's get into this last game. Manchester
something?
City won. Was you going to say something?
No. I was gonna say, yo. Obviously, we're also on TikTok, so pre that.
Oh, yes.
Pre that as well, man.
Yes.
You know
of
what's
course.
crazy, yeah?
Shout.
We used to, of course, when we the roundups, we'll talk about the biggest things that's happened. You know, the big storylines. The fact that certain man lost on this table, I will letting.
Oh, my bad.
brother,
There are
brother,
2 games.
Let's not forget.
Sorry. I almost treated you
Let's
out
not
of
forget.
content right there. Yeah. My bad. We got 2 games coming up, so
We'll talk about you
do
very
it
soon.
in table order.
Yeah, table order.
So we'll go Manchester City
Don't worry.
first. 1, Everton 1.
I'll come to you.
Listen, City have now conceded 62 goals across all competitions in 2024. The most
Wait.
in a single calendar year since 2016.
Repeat that second.
City have conceded 62 goals across all competitions in
Please win
2024.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've now just won
That's how much you
one
can see me
of
now.
their
You're
last.
enjoying it too much, yeah?
City have now won just one of their last 13 games across all competitions, 3 draws, 9 losses.
They need to play
Erling
Spurs.
Haaland as well. In his last 13, in Erling Haaland's last
biggest
13
pick me up.
appearances, 87 touches in the opposition box, 47 shots, 20 shots on target, an XG of 8.24, 3 goals and 1 penalty missed. And of course, that penalty miss coming in this game in the second half.
Shout out Jordan Pickford, man.
Oh man, what a game this was as well. City started well. Doku, Bernardo Silva, a great little pass from Doku as well. I thought a little build up there. Bernardo with a cute little finish, making it 1-0. Should he have made it 2-0 with that outside?
Oh, 1,000%.
Attempt, yeah,
That he
Travella
took,
attempt, yeah.
because I was almost like the ball's just falling to you. And he tried to do the,
Hit
you know,
through it.
I'm gonna show you. I'm
Good
a
way to
magician,
pass by
guys.
Foden as well, yeah.
Great pass, yeah. But then you almost feel like Iliman Njai.
What a player, man.
Great finish.
What a player. What a
finish.
touch.
What a finish.
What a finish. Levels the score 1-1. And then it's just...
You know what's
From
mad
there
as
on,
well?
you're thinking City should take control,
Especially
especially when
second
a
half.
penalty comes in
Yeah.
the second half.
Yeah.
And Haaland misses that. Is that penalty miss almost like an indicative of how shot his confidence is? Because you even saw Pickford. Credit to Pickford as well. I absolutely love the antics. I love the personality that he plays with in goal. Might not be the biggest goal or whatever, biggest goalkeeper, sorry, but he makes up for it. And the little
He's loving it. He's loving it. He's loving it.
and it did the job.
Yeah.
But is that just like an indication of how shot Haaland's confidence is at the moment? That even penalties,
He's got 3 goals since September in the Prem.
bro.
And he started what? He started the 10.
I think it was
10
9 goals or 10
You know,
goals.
and the maddest thing
He's not still top goal scorer.
No, Salah overtook him against Leicester.
Yeah.
That's how crazy the
Salah's on
start of the
15
season
now.
was.
He's tapped.
Salah's on 15.
You know how tough that
He's
is?
actually tapped. He hasn't scored 3 goals in September, and he's just been passed now as the top goal
It
scorer.
just
Premier.
goes to show you, though, scoring in bunches.
In bursts,
early
yeah,
goals,
in bursts,
bursts.
yeah,
So,
in bursts, yeah.
I mean, would you rather have someone who's scoring consistently game in, game out, or would you rather have someone who scores 7 and 4?
You know,
the answer
regarding
to
the Everton Man City game as well. Obviously, we've spoken about in small detail. Spoken about obviously Bernardo's goal, the missed chance, Ndiaye's goal. I felt like there were moments in the game, especially because City played that high line, where I thought when Broha came on, they was gonna capture that last, that sneak in that last
towards the
minute.
end.
The
Bro,
Jack Harrison miss.
Harrison.
I said
He
no.
just went selfish.
Crime.
You had 3 other options,
Yeah.
And he went for the worst one, and it was almost like that was your moment to nick.
And I feel like he had 2. I remember he had one at the front post and one where he cut in. And I was like, they've hit him.
Do City look like? I mean, the form they're in is an obvious answer,
Yeah.
but in danger of potentially missing out on top 4. Listen,
that.
I know we spoke about the title, and we've said, okay,
Yeah.
now I think everybody's kind of universally accepted. All right, the title.
No, the
might
maddest
not be
thing is
going
I
back
still
to
haven't
Manchester
I
City.
still haven't accepted it.
There
Wallah.
are still a small
Wallahi,
percentage
still
where
not.
it's like, hey, we can't
I
rule
need
them
to
out.
be- I need to
4
be-
years in a row, you give
Yeah.
them that champions
But
respect.
I need to be 15 points ahead of them. Like Liverpool, yes, Liverpool can sit. They're 17 points. 17 points.
Oh no, wait, you're still involved in yourself.
9.
Brother. Simmer down.
I just have to bring that up, but you're going.
You know what it's the biggest.
Yeah, don't call me Hangman. Don't call me Hangman.
Chill up. You picked that one up. Yeah?
Come on, man. Who's rubbing up on me?
You know the biggest thing I've.
Pause.
No, we heard that clear, bro.
What he
This guy
does you?
rubbing on you.
What's Faisal doing to you? You got a couple storylines you need to work. Hey,
Manchester
hey,
City.
host.
Hold on.
You
Why
got a couple
you telling
storylines
them?
you need to work on, bro.
What?
You got some interesting things going on with cast members. Go on, Faisal.
Listen, man. I have a good bond
Yeah.
and a good relationship
Don't-
with all my mates.
Don't tell them.
Yeah.
Don't tell them next time.
hey.
Listen.
What's understood doesn't need to be spoken.
You know, it reminds me of someone, but I'm not gonna say who.
Listen, I think the biggest thing which I've taken from City, listen, they're not the same. We all know this. Yeah? We're not going to repeat the same shit. However, I think the biggest thing is the fear factor is gone. That's what, that to me is the biggest thing because I see them now in the second half. Back in the day, the last 4 years when they've won it.
Back in the day, me and you,
Past
baby.
there, past
Yeah,
there.
Bernardo used to have fun. I can't lie.
You're a
Brain rot.
child.
Brain rot.
You're an actual
That's
child.
iPad baby.
No, it's the way you said it.
with your great analysis.
Yeah, you said it as a song. I died. I said it.
Faisal got no clue what it is.
Yeah,
No, I do. It's a song back in the day.
Yeah, my
listen.
boy. Real safe,
From
man.
one side to one side, you could tell something's going to happen.
Yeah.
This time, this is the second half. I thought Everton, bro, they looked at City, passing from one side to side. You see that Stephen A. Smith meme?
The
No.
Just
No,
stare
just
at-
just
yeah.
like
Tired of
not
it.
even impressed.
Tired
bro,
of it.
Everton didn't look any sort of like phased at all. And that's the thing. The fear factor now is gone.
with a lot of
The
clubs.
moment now the fear factor's gone, my brother, look at Haaland. You know what? I'm sick
be
and
got
tired.
at.
I mean, no, I'm sick and tired of that. We keep brushing to the side. If this was any other player in this position, missing penalties and not scoring goals, we'll talk about Mbappe. We're talking about Mbappe is on the media every single week because he's missing penalties. Let's talk about Erling Haaland.
Erling
Why the
Haaland.
fuck did he miss a penalty? Yeah, he missed a penalty and no one is talking about it.
I appreciate you enjoying that.
He actually cost his team. He actually cost his team in
focus
the
on what
game.
we're saying,
Yo,
still.
focus on the game, man.
So, I got a laugh I needed.
He's behind the scene. No one can hear him. Stick to the hee-hee-ha-has on one team.
He missed a penalty.
Yeah.
I've always said one of the biggest issues I have with Haaland is
I've always said
he's
it's another third bingo. I've always said, yeah.
You're right.
these guys have
I'm saying a third
3
bingo.
brain cells between them. I think
I've always said.
they can't concentrate.
Well, yeah, Gary's got a 2.
It bounces. They have one each and it bounces. But no, Haaland, I've said, he's the only superstar who nobody expects to grab games by the scruff of the neck.
Why?
And it's part of being
Because
in
he's
the
just
Man
a goal
City
scorer.
system.
We're not asking him to do anything
He's in a
else.
Man City machine. Everybody looks at him
We
like
don't
he's
need-
just the icing on the cake.
Okay.
He just scores the goals.
Le Made.
They've got KDB. They've got Bernardo. They've got all of these guys that will do all the other things that he lacks in his game.
Lish.
But I still feel like
Someone-
you
someone-
have to
someone-
have expectations on him. You have to demand for him to score. And
Go on, keep going. It's Faisal.
I'll let you guys go.
No, it's Faisal. It's Faisal. He's looking for different
No,
lines.
because it jars me. You give me reasons why, but they're not good reasons. If this is Mbappe, by the way, it's embarrassing. If this is Mbappe or any other Salah, any other top player, we'll be. Phil Foden.
Crazy.
Why is no one talking about the fact? Why is the media literally taking their attention away? Imagine if this was Bukayo.
I'm
just saying.
I remember when he missed against Bournemouth.
West Ham.
Salah when he missed
why
as well.
is this becoming a normality now? No one is highlighting
Because
it.
I think there's almost like a universal
Depends on what you
acceptance
think
of.
about Haaland,
There's a
bro.
universal
No,
acceptance
Phil
of.
Foden as well.
No, I'm
Everything.
just saying, what you think City is kind of protected is what you're saying.
Bro,
Regarding
Cool, but I'm
one
saying
win
that-
in 14.
No, it's completely.
You're right,
It's out of
but
order. I'm just saying,
they're allowed because of the seasons they've been having. But going back to your Erling Haaland point,
Yeah.
the only reason I don't think he gets a lot of the stick and the hate that you say is universally everyone knows he's not a good footballer.
Thank
He's
you
a
very much.
world-class
Depends on if
striker.
You know the reality.
Yeah.
of
So
what
everyone
Haaland is.
accepts that.
His-
Like,
his
I'm not
general
expecting
play
him to do
doesn't
much.
exist.
Huh?
His general play doesn't exist.
What did Roy Keane say? Something like he's a
League
League
Two
2 player,
player.
bro.
I think that's a bit
Everyone's
mad.
been saying it. So no one comes to shot going, oh, if Haaland don't score, he's not giving us anything.
And
Yeah,
to be
that's
honest,
the whole
if I'm
point.
being honest, last season I saw him kind of working on it, and then
And now he's got bombs on his feet,
Yeah,
bro.
he definitely has. But it's like
Balloons off
but
it.
then this season, when everything's going through turmoil and there's issues, it's gonna stand out more than ever before. But then it depends on what your opinion on him was pre this season, right? Me, elite goal scorer, one of the best I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, true.
But when we're playing football, brother, he's not involved. How many times have we seen when a low block team is there? He's there at the back, even a mid block team.
Voila.
They'll give him space to try and do anything, touch and turn. It's not going to affect.
And you know the one thing about Haaland that he loves, it's teams that play some sort of high line where they're telling you it's one-on-one. That's where he does that bully ball stick.
That is where he comes.
Zach
from.
Randolph vibes.
So-
He's
where I
not
feel
doing
like,
that
That's where I
now.
feel like City almost need to not change up their whole identity, but become a team that can play on the counter a little bit. Sometimes
won't,
absorb.
he won't.
But you know,
I've heard so many
And I
people
understand
say this,
that's
yes. I've heard
Pep's
so many
philosophy
people
is
say
to
this, but Pep will
dominate
never.
on the ball, but I feel like that would be the biggest thing to play to Haaland's strength, especially now in the short term. Bro, just to have even if it's a back three set up, because they've been doing that over the past 3, 4, 2, 1, whatever.
Yeah.
Bro, just absorb. Let the team be comfortable in possession. Just know that on the counter, if you have Doku, Savinho, and Haaland running that way, that is danger at every opportunity. And I feel like Haaland in transition is the most dangerous Haaland you're going to get.
The only way that they can marry that up is by creating mini transitions on the pitch. Like it's something, even the big chance, the chance we were talking about where Bernardo scuffed it. It came from a ball that came over the top. Haaland brings it down, Foden finds the pass. The only way to really find the best situation with Haaland is by creating mini transitions. But that is so much easier said than done. And Pep, if we're talking about stubbornness with Ange, we know that Pep made a decision when he came to this country. I'm making my football work in this country, whether you guys like it or not. So that's going to be the way that he's going to stick with it. He's not going to change in that sense. So
Also, guys, I know it's lagging. Like everyone's
Just
saying,
refresh it.
Yeah, refresh
Yeah.
it, refresh it, and it should
be
work.
alright.
Refresh it, and it should work. But I've got a question to you, man.
Go
for
for
it.
Savio, we all know about that brother.
During a legend.
Jerome.
I know Savio, I don't know Savinho.
yeah.
I refuse to acknowledge Savinho. I'm
Well, young
never
Sav?
calling him, referring to him as that ever again.
We all know about his qualities, his abilities, X, Y, and Z. I think this game, he had about 7 dribbles, couple key passes, X, Y, and Z, led to nothing. His biggest problem is, of course, shooting. Okay? That's the, I think we all know this.
I don't think it's just striking the ball. I feel like he's not. And obviously, you watched a lot of La Liga last year. I feel like they don't utilize him and play him to where he's the most comfortable, confident in attack.
And this is the biggest cap now, because I'm seeing more people use that excuse on him. Oh my God, last season, Girona had more freedom.
No, I'm not talking about freedom. I'm not talking about
this
freedom.
season, Pep is using him as a charge line, was it, a touchdown winger, and he just say, my brother, we've seen him actually move invertedly, going centrally, going everything. That brother, you know what it is? I've got an observation.
Observe.
Can I observe? I think with City, their biggest problem, we all know, is defensively in X, Y, and Z. I think another reason why they've regressed massively this season, I think no one's talking about,
Is there wing play?
is the wing play in terms of the fullbacks not supporting. Last season, we all know about Savinho, he had help with Couto coming every single
We're
down.
Brazilian, that's right.
Yeah.
He had Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker.
Rico Lewis.
Ricky Lewis loves getting around the midfield. Kyle Walker, that brother's chilling with Ortega sometimes, just in goal, just waiting for a counter attack. Wallah, sometimes. He gets no support. I feel like he gets the Bukayo Saka from last season in the sense of he had with Ben White at certain times where it's only Bukayo Saka. He's getting double team, triple team. I'm not giving an excuse. I'm not giving a pass.
No.
But at the same time,
I actually agree.
At the same time, help him at least.
Yeah.
Can someone overlap to maybe give him support, drag
Is
someone
there a
with him?
profile like that in the squad?
Right now with City,
City squad.
for City,
Does the
Rico
profile
Lewis?
exist in their squad?
Rico Lewis.
What's this?
but he's more inverted.
I'm gonna have a conversation about him
Ask
soon. But
ask
go
him to
on.
do something different.
Here's the thing.
It's
I
not
think
part
that's the
of the
danger.
strength.
I think that's the
You don't
danger
know
of
that
when you play 4 centre backs anyway. And I think Arsenal are seeing that as well. I think City are seeing that as well. You don't get that same attacking variety that you got from a Cancelo, a Kyle Walker, not Kyle Walker, sorry,
Danilo.
Trent, a Reece James, for example.
I
That,
thought
bro,
you
it's a
talking about
whole
old Man
new
City players.
weapon that gets added to your attack. I think City have definitely lost that.
But what annoys me-
where they got away with that last year was Erling Haaland, the freak.
Yeah.
He was always going to score you.
Bail you guys out.
3-4 goals, whatever it
Even
needed
Gavardio.
to be. And that kind of allowed it where, let's just defend at the back, the attack is taken care of. Now,
Even
when
Julian
you don't
Alvarez.
have him firing on all cylinders, when you have Savinho's 20-odd games now with 0 goals, 0 assists, you have Doku who's
He's got an assist.
trying to do his thing, but he's too inconsistent. This is what your attack looks like at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean?
But I'm looking at two things. Sorry. I'm looking at two things here. His decision making is not the best. We all know this. But the second thing is, I hate the fact sometimes they just give the ball to him.
Who's this?
Yeah, which player? You talking about Doku or Savinho?
Savio. His decision making is not the best, yeah? My biggest problem is sometimes I see the game against Everton is the biggest example. Give the ball to him. No one is moving around. No off the ball moving from the other players. Yo, all right, maybe let me drag someone, create space, create separation. That man are expecting him. You get the ball. We just sit here. My brother Yalla, create something for me. Put it on the plate for me.
Yeah.
Shoot, score. Where's the combinations? Where's the passages?
But that's been
I'd say,
City
for example,
all
on the
season, bro.
On the left-hand side,
And again,
They just go
Fix it.
side
Last
to side to side to
last
side.
season on the left-hand side, they inverted Gavardio all the way high up the pitch, almost in like a left 10 kind of role. I see the problem that you've identified, and I think you've identified it really well. I just don't see the natural solution for it in the squad currently right now. I don't think there's someone that can do that role for them. For example, we were talking about earlier, Gusto, we can play him in the 10 or we can play him in the back 3. We can move him around and find solutions. Cucurella can do all 3 of those
10.
roles. He basically was right 10 earlier on in the season. It's
Certain
crazy.
times,
It's right.
certain times,
It's crazy,
certain
bro.
times.
But he hasn't got someone like that in the squad to do that right now. And this comes back down to the constant thing when we talk about why City have gotten to this stage. They haven't revolutionized that squad well enough.
Well, listen. 1-1 draw.
Credit to Everton though. Sean
Yeah, that
Dyche.
leaves
By the
Manchester
way,
City now in 7th place. by the way.
Chelsea, Arsenal, and now City.
Only conceded one between us.
Hey man.
They've done their job.
2-2 away
Sean
from home.
Dyche
So
is
what-
real men.
So what?
I
So you
always
said
said.
Liverpool got lucky?
Because they got
You-
Buckham now.
Are you calling out on a slot again? Are you calling him out again? Listen, you don't learn your
like
lesson, do you?
apologising.
You don't learn your
like
lesson, do
apologising.
you?
Sorry, sir.
How many times are we gonna tell you, old man?
But now, fair play to Everton. That's actually the third massive draw, as you said, there against Chelsea, against Arsenal, battering Wolves 4-0 before that as well. It leaves them 15th in the table, 3 points above the drop zone. Sean Dyche, you're never in doubt when you've got him at the
You got
wheel,
real
man.
men. It don't matter, bro.
Brother, it does not matter.
Who's the big? You know what?
shout out to
Give.
Bradford.
Man
okay.
City,
quality game.
7th place though. 7th place with 28 points. They are only 2 points ahead of Brighton, who are in 10th place.
Get him in that mid
Are we
table
going to be talking about Manchester City and Manchester United in 10th and 11th place pretty soon?
Just the Manchester
That
club.
was crazy, yeah.
With Spurs at 9th place.
Wait, how many? How many points?
We've already got 28 points. Brighton have got 26. Spurs have got 23.
So you're telling me they have got 28 points. They've lost 4 games, 7 draws, and they're still 6 points above United.
Let's move on perfectly. And this is why you're my co-host, you see. Wolverhampton 2, Manchester United 0.
Are we surprised?
I would love to pretend to sit here and say I am, but Vitor Pereira. What a coach. 2 games in,
Gary O'Neill,
2 wins,
are you watching?
2 clean sheets.
Real coaching.
Saudi man.
New manager bounce is fully in effect. And big up Mateus Cunha. Show and listen. Hey.
So
I
new
am
manager
the
bounce
man.
only works one way.
The same way.
Hey.
The same way I slapped you, Pereira slapped
Amarim.
Ruben Interim.
Wait.
Same country as well.
Did United get the wrong Portuguese fella?
Well, you know, guys, it's a process, so we have to trust it.
For me,
Have the
I think
floor.
we're not on.
Talk
We're not
to me,
obviously.
Abs.
Obviously, I'm not even close to being vice captain as these guys. But I think the first thing we got to do before we talk about Man United is an applause for Matheus Cunha.
Faisal ain't even using his hands.
You turn around as well.
But he was the best football player on the pitch by a country mile. Everything he wanted to do on that football pitch, he did it. He was coming through the air. Zidane touch, see you later. 1-2's drive with the ball. Brother, drop a shoulder on this defender here.
Yeah.
I got my goal. Here you go, my boy. I've got my goal. I did my. Here you go, broski.
That is
Here
everything
you go.
United needs.
Bring, please. Bring. I've seen enough.
That
Bring,
left
please,
10,
brother.
right there.
That I think there's a better fit for him there. Tactically speaking, it'd be make a lot more sense for him to go to Arsenal. It's a
No,
better
you're right.
club.
You're right. No, left
But
hand would be
tactically
perfect.
speaking, that left hand, brother. Wow.
I've got so many questions for you, but I'll let you speak first. 5 questions.
Let me
10
let me ask the first
15.
one.
I
Let me
got
ask the first
25.
one because Bruno Fernandes getting sent off,
Yes.
of course, for a bum shove and second yellow card, second sending off of the season as well. I believe one might have been overturned earlier in the season as well.
Yeah,
Third one
overturned,
was overturned. So we'll be nice and say second one.
Capitan.
Ruben Amorim also ignoring him as he was walking off. Does that mean anything?
Quite right. Fuad, that was pathetic. You're the captain of Manchester United, Fuad. And this is what you're doing. The worst part is the timing of it.
Yeah.
You've gone to the halftime team talk, and
47
brother, we know it's sometimes what doesn't even need to be said. Guys, we play football, bro. You've gone into you come from halftime, and your gaffer will always say to people on a yellow card before they get out there, "You're on a yellow. Be smart." Someone like Bruno, you don't even think you need to say that to him. Before these three red cards, I feel like he had a red card for Man United, and it came out of nowhere, all 3 in one season, like London buses.
When it rains, it pours, man.
Like London buses. Pathetic performance from him. Let alone the petulance in that foul. That was ridiculous to get a second yellow like that.
Ridiculous.
Is that captain
No, it's not.
material?
No, it's not.
Should
And
he
that's
be
someone-
stripped?
And that's something.
the captaincy?
Okay. Chill.
No, let me ask you the
But
question.
the reason why I'm asking
are
him in
no
particular because
captains.
I know how hard he dies for Bruno.
Yes.
How hard he rides for Bruno.
I don't right.
How deep are you going with Bruno? Which
Him and
are you
Bruno-
getting stripped?
Go way back and go very deep. So for me, is this one of those moments where so many United fans have always had their frustrations with Bruno, both
Absolutely.
in performances, but this season now we're seeing the discipline on top. New managers come in now. Is this almost like a way where, hey, we don't really need you? Because I'll be honest with you, even in this system, I don't know what Bruno's best role is in this system. Is it deeper? Playing the more matured role? Can he restrain himself to do that consistently? In the 2-10 roles behind the striker?
Can he stay in the pockets?
He's too much of a gunslinger, I feel like, to be in that position. And then now, disciplinary, you're losing that as well as the captain. Where does that leave him?
Hold on, you said different positions. You
Anyone.
said no. So
Where does it leave anyone in this?
Where
squad? I'll be
does
honest.
it? I'm talking
was
Bruno
a
in
tough-
particular.
Yeah, this was a tough game, guys. This was a really tough game because it's almost as if sometimes I feel like you guys don't hear us. Like we're screaming. Everyone's like, "But it's Man United. But it's Man United." This is the worst squad assembled in Manchester United history.
Oh, you agree with Lias regarding that as well?
Did he say that? Spot on. This is the worst squad assembled in every single facet of the pitch. I have no loyalties or love for any of these guys, barring a few.
Who's the few?
Bruno was one of
A
them.
few, not anymore.
Oh, so is this the game
Mazraoui-
that has made you check out?
It's not about the game that's made me check out. In general, I've been saying already that we need to move on from Bruno based on his.
Bro, you've
Check
been
the
running
tapes.
the whole, he's
Check the
world
tapes.
class prop,
Check the tapes.
he's one of our best players.
Don't back
Anytime
that.
people
I'll
have
let-
talked about moving
Okay, I'll
Bruno
let him
on,
finish. I thought you asked me a question.
I'm just
I'd like to
saying.
answer.
Oh.
Thank you, bro.
You know what? Do your thing.
Cheers.
Do your thing.
But
we will spin the block.
that's it's not an issue. From the two things can't. You know what I'm saying it's not that they can't be both true at the same time. Bruno has been fantastic for this football club. He has been a brilliant player who has carried a fantastic servant for the club. Who's going to be in the annals of the history of a club like Manchester United. In terms of the GA that he's got, it's ridiculous. In 250 games, it's ridiculous how many goals have been bought. Fantastic. You've done brilliantly. But let's look at a pattern that any of us have been attacking so far.
yes.
Where's Casemiro?
Where is he?
Brazil, I think.
He's getting phased out.
Where's Casemiro?
He's getting phased out. Where's Rashford?
Where's
getting
Rashford?
phased
He
out.
was playing paddle.
What are those two? What are those two? He was playing paddle.
No, he was real.
Hey, I know he's playing paddle. Man, them two are two of the highest earners in the squad.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Casemiro.
Fernandes.
As Casemiro, I said with Rashford.
Bruno Fernandes.
Listen, as much as I have given him his flowers and food, you're absolutely right. This isn't necessary. Like, I'm not saying get rid of him tomorrow. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we have needed to for a while. He's the wrong side of is he 30 now?
Just touching
Is he
30.
just
I
30?
believe
touching.
so,
He's
yeah,
28.
he's 30 bang on.
30, he's
Oh,
bang on 30, but we are always going to have to look at the other side of this. You see what I'm saying? But this is bigger than Bruno Fernandes.
Bigger than football.
This team is ridiculously bad. I can't. Out of a 20-plus man squad, there's maybe 4 that I keep, and some of them still need to develop. Kobe still needs to develop. Euro still needs to develop. Ahmad still is doing brilliantly. Still needs to develop.
Garnacho, does he not need to develop?
Rasmus.
So,
Mazraoui is the only player that I'd say today. You don't need to change right now. Just keep doing what you're doing, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. Weaknesses are even. The worst part is, look at this. Like, logically speaking, when you're playing in the back two, on his left side back in the back two, you think you have a bigger quadrant of the pitch to worry about in the channel wise. Now he's at left centre back. It's a wider channel that he has, so it's even exposing his weaknesses even more.
Absolutely. What is his weakness?
It's defending channels out wide.
Who's this?
And also when he jumps, you know, Ruben wants his wide centre backs to be really aggressive and to jump and follow. Isn't decisive enough in them jaws right there. What he brings on the ball is ridiculous. Genuinely, he's so good with the ball at his feet. The passes that he finds, the weight of those passes over the top, so good. So many good attributes with that. And that is important for Amorim in terms of the ball progression comes from his centre backs more than his midfielders. But it is just not good enough from so many people. And we talk about profiling. I was talking about profiling with so many different managers. Yeah. Who's being profiled well in this Man United team?
absolutely no one.
Mazraoui at right centre back, maybe.
But I mean, are you?
Ahmad right 10, maybe.
No, Ahmad right wing back.
Now here's the
Even
thing.
still, okay, maybe that was the good
His
for a
thing
while.
is that not the manager's job though.
100%.
Because almost not to force your square pegs into round holes is how I always like to think of it. You can have your ideology and your philosophy, and I feel like he's come in and he's put that down, and he knows there are going to be guys who are not good enough to play this.
He's already got a list.
Is he now going to have an overhaul in January though? That's the thing.
It's not realistic.
But
the thing is, you raised the point about him coming in at this time of the season. Then we look at Ineos. Then we say you went to him at the middle of the season when he's got 11 wins in a row for Sporting.
15 out of 16.
15 out of 16. So there you go. He hasn't lost a game. And you say to him, brother, it's now or never. You have this. The United train doesn't come often.
I remember
and then we see
Amorim came to
reports. And then we see reports in the summer before. United obviously were linked with De Zerbi. Apparently spoke to De Zerbi, spoke to Tuchel, spoke to Amorim. Didn't fancy Amorim then. So now all of a sudden when Ten Hag is it's all gone Pete Tong. Now all of a sudden it's just let's jump on this guy and back him again.
Keep going.
Now let's talk about Ruben.
Okay, talk.
Ruben, if that is the situation where he's been approached at that time, evidently he has the power and he has the leverage in that situation to say, you said now or never. I don't have my players. And he mentioned it with Vitor Pereira in the Wolves team. He said, why? He playing the same system as you. Why did they do so well? He's got the players for it. Basically screaming, saying, I ain't got the players for it. So that means that from now until the summer, I understand United must get results. But there's no way I can look at this manager and say, we're slagging you off immediately. He's going to be under intense pressure because I don't see where my next win is coming from. Genuinely, I don't know where my next win is coming from. And I don't know how many fixtures I look far forward. I don't know where my next win is coming from. He's going to be under intense amounts of pressure. This squad is so far off physically, tactically, technically.
Mentally,
Very good point. They can't deal with the pressure and the weight of this shirt. They don't know what to do with it.
they don't.
They have no clue what to do with this pressure. Media side of things. There's a bloody headline, a negative headline coming out about Man United almost every single day.
Absolutely.
It's public embarrassment every single time.
Every single day.
Yeah.
And it's not to be overly reactive. I'm not really, guys know I'm not really like
you're
that.
not. Yeah.
But it is just a snowball effect of so many things going wrong at Manchester United, and I don't know where it goes wrong. Another angle. I'm
Keep going.
rambling
No,
on. I'm rambling on.
keep going, please.
Amorim's got a 2.5-year contract and he's been given the head coach role.
Do you think that's the right amount of out years?
I don't mind it in the sense of saying, in 2.5 years we see if you're good enough, then we might renew you.
Is this one of the? I know because he came in November. Is that a full year or is
So
that
this is the half, and then there's 2 seasons.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so from now, it's like, let's say we back him in the summer. Or let's say we even back him in January, because I think we probably need to. We back him in the summer. He does well in the next season.
You say back him, but you know they're 331 million in debt on transfers that they've already made.
Yeah, installments. Yeah.
And I'm guessing that's why we're doing all these.
Shout out Lias, man. I saw that from Lias as well.
All these pay cuts. But
But yeah, I sourced my own information.
thank you very much.
Bro, go to his pod mates.
Thank you very much.
Hey man, I got it, man. Lias.
Cool.
Oh, man, that
You're
boy.
telling me about sauce.
But so let's say for the next 2 seasons,
Yeah.
things don't go well, but he gets backed. In 2.5 years, when he's going to turn around and say, "Yeah, Ruben Amorim, thank you so much. We're going to move on now." What's that new manager left with?
A back 5.
Wing backs. The manager's going to ask him, "Brother, where do you play? You play wing? No, Gaffer, I don't. You play fullback? No, I don't. We spent 50 million on each of them. We don't need them in the squad now." So the concept of squad building, and this is why Ineos gave me so much hope when they were talking about a game model rather than doing.
They
it
give you
for a
more than
system.
hope.
Oh, is the not? I'm not saying dying, but is it tainted a little bit?
It's about more than it's about how they perceived and how they're doing well in the PR side of things. But United are a long haul of negative snowball effects that is happening so far, and it's just been a very, very tough time.
And that, I've got questions for you. That was, by the way, very beautiful. Very beautiful.
For you,
The first question is, you guys once again concede a goal, set piece.
Ole. You tweet that, right?
oh my god,
Set
Can you-
piece again.
Can you please
Set
just
piece
give me
again.
your thought process? Like, does Ruben Interim check his tapes every single
Hey,
okay, Arsenal set pieces. Last game, what was it? Bournemouth set pieces. What was it before that? Forest set pieces. Does he do something? Please.
we signed a set piece coach for Eric Ten Hag,
Where is he?
and he's still here, allegedly.
What, Eric Ramsey?
No, he's gone. You've gone, John. You guys? Eric Ramsey.
No, we
did
got
some-
Nick
he used
Montgomery.
to be.
You guys signed one.
Anyways,
Remember Andrew's on
Doesn't
about.
feel like it.
so this guy, I think his name is Jorgensen or something like this. Is it's a
Striker.
Scandinavian name, but apparently he's still in the coaching stuff, but he's not doing set pieces anymore.
So what's he doing?
So brother, why? So no, you told me why he came here then.
So you
You're doing
signed
set
him
piece
for
coach,
set pieces.
and now he's not doing set pieces, and it's Carlos Fernandez, Amorim's guy, who's doing the set pieces now. We have I thought we signed a set piece coach though. Please, sort it out.
Second question. I asked the question. He said, "Oh no, please, it's too rude." No, let me ask the question. Does Bruno deserve to get stripped from the captaincy? Yes or no?
So who are you gonna give the captaincy to?
You decide. You
Maguire?
are the captain right now.
Maguire, we've been there, done that. It's not like you're asking nuanced questions that have no worth here. I'm talking about he needs to be moved on in the future. It's not about.
I'm talking about right this second, the rest of the season. Is he going to get moved in this Jan? No, he isn't. This is a summer
He's
thing.
not getting
I'm
stripped of his
telling you from
captaincy.
right now
He's
to
not
the
get-
summer.
He's not getting. What are you asking?
Faisal wants captaincy shirt for a double yellow, you know. Right.
Three yellow. You just mentioned.
No. I know it's the
red
third
cards this
sending off.
season.
I
I
understand
know.
that.
That's disgusting.
I agree. It's pathetic.
Pathetic.
I agree. I've said all those words already. I'm just saying you don't strip the captaincy off him because of that.
Faith.
It doesn't change how much
Well, I
of a leader he is in the
understand.
dressing room.
No,
understand
face. I face. This Faisal.
Shit standards.
Face. This.
Standards when saying he needs to be. One second. Shit standards when he said he needs to be moved on. How can the two things add up?
Do
Shit
you know what's
standards
crazy?
by
Yeah?
saying that he needs to be stripped of his captaincy.
Hold on.
I'm not even entertaining.
Do you know Real Madrid fan here? Do you know who his captain used to be?
Nacho.
Sergio
Sergio
Ramos.
Ramos. Fucking crazy, bro.
You want to talk about red cards?
cards
Get
and red
shit.
cards.
Listen, I love Ramos. My GOAT. Best
Bring him
defender of
to
all
Spurs,
time.
bro.
Wallahi, my dream.
Oh, don't
My
give him.
dream.
Don't give him.
Yo, videos coming out soon as well. Don't worry. We spoke on this recently.
Don't give him.
I'm
props.
telling you.
Had some fetish
All of
screens.
you lot YouTubers doing
Like you
videos.
did have a bit of
Who
Mbappe.
do Spurs need to sign it? Sergio Ramos.
As in today.
Today. Right now.
Well, he
Bring
might need
him.
You need Ramos as well.
Wallahi, give me Ramos.
Allah.
At whatever age he is, I don't care.
But you know, Face, regarding your Bruno Fernandes captaincy thing, I think it's stupid because
against me. I know you are.
regarding Bruno Fernandes captaincy, when you
Why is it stupid? Tell him why it's
for
stupid.
me, what makes it stupid is
You're stupid.
when you look at that squad,
Yes.
looking at starting nine, whether it's the first 15, 20, whatever,
Yes, sir.
who do I look at that team going, you know what?
Leader.
Who I want to give it to him. Because you're not giving it to Kobe Manu because he's a young buck. You're not giving it to players that you like. Like you said, who was it? Kobe Manu, you're not giving it to. Mazraoui, he's just joined the club.
Lenny.
You can't do it.
Lenny Euro's too young.
possible,
He
too
ain't got a
soon.
clue about the
Too
club.
soon.
And then who's left?
No.
it's not Garnacho.
Ahmad.
Ahmad.
Yeah.
Young buck. He's not there yet.
Garnacho captain.
So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna give it to Ericsson? That's a bit part player that you don't know.
No.
You trying to give it to Elder State? No, Maguire. No, Maguire will take it back. But we don't even know if Maguire plays.
Give it to Kobe, man.
No. That's two quick things.
Garnacho talking point, and this. I even forgot what the other one is.
No, I just want to talk about it. I just want to. Can we talk about? Obviously, we've spoken Man United a lot, respectfully, but can we talk about Wolves and how impressive they was?
Absolutely.
Regardless, before even the red card, I felt like they were controlling the game. They were dominant. They were picking Andre, João Gomez, Cunha, them three in midfield.
Brazilian trio there.
Bro, they were moving. Mechi, I haven't seen football like that, especially with Cunha. I haven't seen that in a very long time. Where there was literally toying with you. Even I think second half, I know. And you know what? Let me just get involved in this, bro. I've had enough.
Why is it that?
What's this called? Strand Larsen, 2 disallowed goals. Bro.
Unlucky, very unlucky.
Why is it the previous manager couldn't do that?
I mean, it says
Because
it.
both Brazilian, Portuguese, they speak the language, familiarity kind of works in that favour.
I mean, look. You've won the war and you've won the battle.
I want more than that.
You are now dancing on a grave.
I want more
Let
than
that man rest. Gary O'Neill,
He's
won.
not safe.
You've won. Don't worry.
I want him
when
out
he's at
from the UK.
When he's at Port Vale next.
I want him out of the UK.
Bro said he wants him deported from his own country. Yo, imagine we reached a new level. Let Nigel Farage see this clip.
You're telling me Vitor Pereira, 2 games, 2 wins, 2 clean sheets?
You know what's crazy? First Wolves manager to win his opening 2 Premier League games in charge. That's crazy. Fair play to him. And since Ruben Amorim's first game in charge of Man United in November, only Southampton have lost more games among Premier League sides in all competitions.
No. Let's say that again. Please say that again.
Since Ruben Amorim's first game in charge of Manchester United in November, only Southampton have lost more games among Premier League sides in all competitions.
Wait. Hey! Ronaldo, what's that?
Since Ruben Amorim's first game in charge of Manchester United in November, only Southampton have lost more games than it. Listen, yo. That is it for the Premier League roundup anyway. Before we shoot, we'll have a look at the FPL.
Rewind, chicka, rewind.
Wicket. Boyaka. Listen, FPL, of course, let's round up with that. SDS Ultras table, we've got 3 Pogba in number 1 position still. Harris H with Havertz in number 2. TAA Annihilation in number 3. FC Gribas in number 4. Idris, number 5. Tango FC, number 6. Nads 11, number 7. Aldeeb FC, number 8. Aribo Tankfastics. I love that name. Number 9. That's good. And it's Almi Montira. I think that must mean just give me my money in Bosnian. So you are number 10.
Give me my money.
SDS Familia table, we have Abs Talks Ball, top of the table. Of course, now he has beaten all the charges, so he's legitimately top of the table. Ilyas Noriega is in second place.
I'm watching Ilyas, he's doing well.
Across here, we have Star Player, where are you? Oh. SP Shooter, Creamination in 11th place. Oh, man. You know what? We'll just leave it there.
Why? Where's you?
What you have on this side here is 2 grown men.
Okay.
2 men with loving families, and you know, we just don't care about that stuff.
That's
bigger fish to fry in the world
than caring about what, you know what, let me
Mashallah,
select this guy,
mashallah,
let me select this guy.
mashallah.
Oh, he might
And
score.
no Hasib. He's not. Guys, we are ending the show here. I am
Shout out to 205th Lalana Road.
Astaghfirullah. People, we hope you have enjoyed the first ever SDS Live Roundup. Please make sure you leave a comment, leave a like here as well. 5-star on all the audio and stuff. Make sure you go check out the other videos. We've got plenty more coming across for the rest of the year. We're sorry if you did experienced a bit of, freezing here and there. But hey,
Turbulence.
we're trying new things.
wait.
We hope you guys have enjoyed
We've
it.
got a
Super chat.
£100 super chat from Sharky.
Oh.
We learned that same stat about Southampton. Let's go!
Since Ruben's Amorim's
stream.
first game in
End the
charge of
stream,
Man
Haseeb.
United
Haseeb,
in
end the
November,
stream.
only Southampton.
End the stream, Haseeb. End the stream.